went to church, bro.
Been outside all
No,
day?
because of COVID. That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah. I was outside since Saturday last week.
Wait, how long were you locked up?
The doctor told me, so I got it on Sunday and tested positive Monday, and the doctor said like
Last week.
5 days quarantine.
Last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
last week
so
from
okay,
Monday.
gotcha.
Last week from Monday.
So you could have still came to the shower stuff. You just didn't want to.
I didn't want to like risk it because of the pregnancy and everything, so I just didn't want to. I didn't want to do that to you. You feel me?
Way to be considerate.
Got you, brother. I did want to go though. I was really upset. I didn't go.
Nice guy. Really quick, before we get into it, so a couple things. Shaq just got back home to the States. He was putting all his stuff together, found out that there was stuff missing, yada yada. He's been at it this morning trying to get everything up and running, so he's still currently trying to fix his setup. Hopefully he can join us later on the show. Ron is setting up for an event. Not sure what Euro was up to today, but I was reading the chat before we got started and saw people were looking for hopefully Ron and Euro on today's show. They will not be here. Hopefully we can get Shaq. We have Fluent up here today. And as you guys know, if you watch both Fluent and Chill and Player's Choice, I think we'll have some fun banter between Fluent and Dell today.
Now you're more fluent.
And Fluent's got the soundboard set up today too. So we don't have necessarily, I mean, we can definitely get into it, but today I kind of wanted the chat to just tap in and we'll talk with you guys more, or talk on the topics, the questions that you guys have for us today. So essentially a viewer ran show. And if there's not a whole lot of questions or topics that you guys want us to touch on, we'll get into the doc of stuff that we just hadn't got to in the last few episodes, because we can go on and on one topic for the whole show, because that's just is what it is. So yeah, make sure you guys tap in today. We want to engage with you guys. We'll let you guys run the show, but of course we have to start, since we have Fluent here today. We have to let Dell ask Fluent what he was thinking. Dell, floor is yours.
I don't have to ask him what he was. I don't have to ask him what he was thinking. I just have to ask him what he could believe what he want to believe, but I just have to ask him his reasonings. That's it. Like, I don't care like anything else. Like, he could believe KD's the 100th best player ever. Who cares? That's what he believes. He's a man. He could, but I just want to understand. Every time you could try to make someone understand what you're thinking, if you see a bright alley and you decide to go down the dark one, I'll meet you at both and under. Hey, why did you choose this one? So that's all I'm just trying to understand. Why did he feel to say what he said? What is he basing it on? And then I'll be good. And that's it.
See, that's why I respect you, Dell. Two, for everybody in the chat, they're going to be really disappointed, because once I explain my point of view, you'll be like, okay, you might disagree, but you understand where I'm coming from. So here's the thing. Let me clarify this first. One, I didn't say KD is not a superstar. Or when we look back at his career, we're not going to say he wasn't a superstar. And let me start with a comparison, and then I'll tell you my criteria. So one, the comparison is this, and I'll give you two. Michael Jordan, for his career, when we look back, we say he's a superstar, yeah?
His whole career, correct.
As a Wizard, would you say he played like a superstar?
No.
Hakeem Olajuwon is a superstar, yeah?
Yep.
When he played on the Raptors, would you say he played like a superstar?
No.
Okay. So my thing was, we were talking about KD and what I expect from him moving forward.
Okay.
And I said, I think the injuries are going to start to catch up with him. And based on my criteria. Now, the word superstar, I guess we have to define that. For me, it's like the elite, the top maybe 2, maybe 3 players get superstar status for me. Now, maybe you want to call that elite.
No. And you named 4. You named 4.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No. I said Giannis.
Yeah.
Curry.
Jokic and LeBron.
I didn't say he played like, he didn't make my superstar list.
Who did you say?
I said Giannis and Curry. Probably the only 2 who meet my criteria. I said those guys, Jokic might be there, Luka might get there.
4 names. Someone find it. I heard 4 names. I heard Giannis, Jokic, Braun, and Steph. I may be mistaken.
I didn't even watch the video.
If you guys can find that, it was It was, we were talking about all of them. And I said, so moving forward, what I think from KD. Now, let me go through my criteria real quick.
Mhm.
One, you have to play at least 75% of the season. I think you need to be available and play. You can't be a superstar and play half of the year. Two, you need to be all NBA. You need to be elite in terms statistically. You need to be at the top of multiple categories, hopefully.
Mhm.
All defense would be great, but not a necessity. You have to perform better in the playoffs than in the regular season. You need to step up your game, and you need to lead your team deep on a playoff run. I think I got everything there. I think I did. I might have missed some of my criteria, but that's the most.
That's a gist.
So what I said, because the question was this, and it got skewed because I got all animated and I was and I talked in present tense when I was meaning to talk in future tense. And I said, I think KD's injuries are going to catch up with him. And is he going to be the number one go-to guy on a team that leads them deep into the playoffs and meet all those criteria moving forward? I don't think he is. I think what we saw in the playoffs, we might see more of that coming forward. So I think his kind of play as a superstar might start. I think it's going to start to diminish because I think the injuries are going to catch up with him. That's the calm version of what I was saying.
Well, what I seen, it sounded a lot different one. But even in that version, based on what you're saying, I feel his numbers are going to be his numbers. I don't see no slowing down in his numbers right now. Of course, he had a bad playoffs, but for someone that's been more times than none very consistent in his approach, that 4 games is it's a one-off, to be honest. It's literally just a one-off. And that's what everybody is doing. That's what everybody is basing on. That's what it's predicated on. Oh, when you last 4 games. But even up to this year, he was a top 3 player to everyone in the NBA. So you saying he's going from that to what now? That's what. All right, so let's just talk about next year. What do you expect from him next year? Is this like the Max Kellerman, Tom Brady cliff we're having?
And I hope I'm not as wrong as Max was, because it might be. It might be. And I said that too. I might be wrong. I might look at it and say, man, I thought he was going to fall off the cliff, and he didn't.
So was LeBron a superstar to you last year?
No. He didn't play like a superstar last year. No. And everyone's going to say his stats were great, 30 points a game. Man didn't make the playoffs. I'm sorry, he didn't play. He didn't play 75% of the season. So to get your numbers in 50 games, that's great. But you're not. Listen, again, it goes back to the definition of superstar. You want to change the name and call it elite? Sure, because I'm not. Dub, I'll bring you into. Dub has 20 superstars. I don't feel that way. I don't have 20 superstars in the league. I have, and again, maybe it's the word superstar. Maybe you want to hear the word elite. Maybe you want to hear the top 2 or 3 guys, whatever word you want to use.
So you just say superstar.
A superstar is the elite 2 or 3 players in the league.
What's a deep playoff run to you? Because that was one of your criteria.
Yeah. 3 rounds in.
So Giannis starts in the second round. So he's not a superstar.
It depends on the other thing. So here's the other part. You can miss one by a little bit because deep playoff run is also predicated on your team. If your team is trash and you play amazing,
okay,
right now, then that's the gray area. That's the gray area. Nothing's black and white. You know that. There's
right.
Area.
And I can't base it on my own because win, lose, or draw, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Giannis, those are 4 bona fide superstars for me until they retire. Literally.
So let me ask you this. So if they have a game, if they have a season, sorry, not a game, a season.
Where they average 17 points, they're still a superstar. Yes.
But you said that Jordan didn't play like a superstar in Washington, and he averaged 20.
Play one, but I called him before I said that. I called him a superstar for his whole career. I said
exactly. So KD's a superstar for his whole career. But if he goes into next year and averages 15 points a game, sorry, he didn't play like a superstar.
He didn't play like one, but he's a superstar. Like you're playing terribly, but you're still a superstar. Correct.
You're not playing
I still have James Harden today as a superstar. I still have James Harden as a superstar. I do.
But he's not playing like a superstar. And that's what I said is moving forward. I don't think he's going to play like a superstar.
Like I could, you know how people predicate like I could walk outside with a dress and they'd be like, that's a man, but he's not dressing like a man. I'm still a man as I'm walking in this dumbass dress I got on. That's it. It's a man in a dress. It's a superstar playing bad. That's it.
But you said, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. If you want to say it that way, yeah, he's a superstar playing bad. Sure.
Yeah. That's it.
So again, I'm going to go back to the Jordan thing. I think we're going to see Wizards Jordan moving forward, not playing like a superstar.
Oh, there's no evidence to support that. He had a he got
That's
swept.
why.
in
That's
that
why it's
fourth-
my opinion.
No, I
If
get
there was
that.
evidence,
I get
then it
that.
would be
I get
then it
that.
would be a
But
fact. It's not a fact. It's my opinion.
KD this year had an MVP caliber season. He gets hurt.
No, he
And
didn't.
people,
Because
what the hell are you
55
talking
games,
about? In the beginning of
because
the season, he was
55
top.
games, his stats don't
Oh
count.
my God,
So
Fluent.
he's not an MVP.
Before you rebuttal, wait for it to finish. In the beginning of the season, he was a top 3 person in MVP.
Yep.
In that he had an MVP caliber season. I was about
100%.
to say he got hurt, and then people took him out of that conversation. But he still had an MVP caliber season. He got swept, yes. But you just said, oh, sometimes teams doesn't work together and everything. Bro, James Harden got traded, and that whole play, and they really, if we're gonna be real, they only got Seth Curry and Drummond because Ben Simmons didn't even play. So James Harden got traded. They didn't have that playmaking thing, and they didn't have enough time to adjust to that. So you want to be understanding for Giannis not making a 3rd round, but you're not being understanding.
No, I said that
for
area. I
KD.
said that's great.
You're not being, but you're
that's
not.
great.
You're not being. You're not
But
understanding.
did Giannis hold on? Did
Durant and
Giannis
what he
drop
got
6
swept.
points per game and shoot 15% lower than his
played-
season
he-
average?
No,
Yes
he
or
played.
no?
No, KD
Okay.
played terrible.
So you add in that
KD
not only did he get swept in the first round, he also played like shit. So we're just
But
going to forget that he played terrible those 4 games?
But do
Okay.
4 games really? Did 4 games really justified this whole entire season that he had? Really?
No, I didn't say this season. Again, you're not listening. I said moving forward.
Again, that's just not gonna happen, bro. And I'm
Okay.
sorry. And we've talked about this enough, which is why I don't feel like getting into this. But this is the reason why when we talk about NBA players, you got your like below average, your above average, your potential all-stars, your all-stars. Then you got your superstars. Then up above
How many superstars do you have?
and then above, I don't even know. I never made a list. I
Okay,
have to think
okay.
about it. Then after, but it's probably like above over 7 or 8. I don't
Okay.
know though. Then you got your superstars, and then you just got the best. You just got the best out of everybody. That's how I think about it.
Okay.
So superstars.
So
change
the word. Change the word. I don't think KD is going to play at the best or elite level that we've grown accustomed to.
And I'm fine with that. And I am fine with that.
You can change the words, but that's what I'm saying.
The superstar thing is just nasty, bro.
Well, it's the definition of superstar. So call it elite, call it something else, whatever you want to call it.
I'll meet you in the middle.
Like, did you guys go at Mars when he said there was only 2 or 3 superstars in the league?
Yeah, we
did, but he elaborated. We're different. I have one question for you. Was Devin Booker a superstar last year when they went to the finals?
2 years ago, you mean?
Yeah, well, 2 years when they went to the finals against the Bucks. Was he a superstar?
That's a tough one because was he the clear-cut number 1 on that team? I don't know that he was.
He was for sure a clear-cut on that team.
Was he? Like, was he got there without Chris Paul?
Then was Chris
Devin
Paul?
Booker was the clear-cut. Chris, you could. This is the.
He was the best scorer. He was the best scorer.
All right, but this is clear-cut. Well, he was the clear-cut best player on that team. It's different between who's the best leader, who's leading the charge, who's doing this, who's the headstrong guy. But as playing goes, Devin Booker was their best player. He was better than Chris Paul last year, and he was better than Chris Paul this year. But I'm just asking you last year because they made a deep playoff run. He was playing real well.
Was he first All NBA? Did he lead? Did he hit all those other criteria? And then I could say this: he might have had a superstar caliber season. That again, one season doesn't make like Kevin Durant.
Season doesn't make it, but 4 games make it where you can predict that they're on a downward spiral one. So Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar in your book right now. Today,
no. Jason Tatum is not a superstar because that was one I knew I missed one. He's inconsistent, and consistency is one of the other criteria. He's too inconsistent. Like he can't go out and score 31 game and then disappear the next game in the finals. He's on the verge of superstardom. He's got all the, but he's not quite there yet. And again, to say you can have a superstar season and not be a superstar, just like Kevin Durant has had 12, 13 superstar seasons. So to say that, yeah, he might not play to a superstar level.
What was your criteria before?
But this is what I'm saying though, Fluent. What do you call consistency? If you have 13 and 1 4-game blemish, that's still consistency. Like that's why
I'm not saying he's not a superstar. I'm saying I don't think moving forward we're going to see the same superstar guy. Because I think, and again, I also said because I think the injuries are catching up to him. And so if he only plays 45 games a season, you guys will still say, yeah, he had a superstar career. But when you only play 45, 50 games in a year, are you still a superstar that year when you only play half the season? Like was Kawhi Leonard a superstar last year or Paul George? because they played
Well,
0 in
Kawhi
like
didn't
10
play
games.
no games. Like, but I still view
Not a
Kawhi.
superstar.
Well, I still view him of how he left us as one of the best players in the NBA, as a superstar. I'm not gonna judge. Like, was Klay Thompson still one of the best shooters in the world the 2 years he was out?
No.
What?
No, he's not playing. How do you rank guys that's not playing? He's not playing. We want to give titles and awards to guys who aren't playing. That's ridiculous. Now you might say before he left, before he got hurt.
No.
Jay, drop
We,
it.
we, we will always view that differently. No, Clay's hurt, but I'm not predicated on him just being on the court. I know what Klay Thompson represents.
If
so
Klay came back
as one of the best shooters
if
in
Klay
the
came
world.
back, if Klay came back and shot 20% from 3, is he still a great shooter?
Is defense gonna change guarding Klay Thompson when he's shooting 20%? Yes or no?
Of course it is.
Okay, how was Klay Thompson shooting this playoffs? Terrible to most, right? Did any team leave him hoping? Was he still getting free looks? Like, your resume is a product of what you build up, what you accustomed to, the consistency of what you've been doing. So Klay hasn't played in 3 years. Of course, he's going to have games where he's looked good and games where he's off. And the fact that they still won a championship with Klay so back and forth in his consistency based on him just coming back, it just proves. But I'm going to say if Klay shoots 28 to 30%, they're going to start guarding him like Russell Westbrook, and not. That's not true. They're going to guard Klay Thompson.
But if he shoots again, if he shoots 20%, are you saying he's played to his superstar shooter caliber? If he shoots 20% from 3?
No, I'm not saying that. But you're saying they'll change the defense. They'll never change the defense. As long as Klay Thompson in the NBA game, the defense in terms of he will never be left open, ever. He will never be, let's change the defense based on his percentage. Maybe sometimes they say, hey, still push him left or push him right. But in terms of him having an open look, that will never change, ever.
All right. Well, if he goes 21st season, I guess we'll find out. I doubt that I don't think he will, but because he wouldn't be playing that much. But yeah, that's the thing. I think you guys, like, even in the chat, they're comparing. He's still a superstar. I'm not saying he's not a superstar career. I'm saying I don't think he'll play to that caliber moving forward. And that's where everyone gets the sticking point. That's where everybody is arguing. Is like, he's still a superstar. He only had 4 bad games. Yeah, he's still a superstar. He only had 4 bad games. I think his play is going to start to diminish because, like I said, I think his injuries are going to start catching up with him. That's all.
I'm not gonna lie, this is giving me Max Kellerman vibes.
Let me ask
if he
you
goes
this.
to like a team
Hold
like
on.
Miami.
So Max Kellerman. So hold on. So Max Kellerman. And then he's gonna switch teams again this offseason. But so if Max Kellerman says, "Hey, I think Tom Brady's gonna drop off the cliff," and the next season Tom Brady comes back, throws 1,000 yards and 50 interceptions, you'd be like, "Oh man, he was right. He just happened to be wrong." There's no way of knowing until we.
No, of course,
Keller,
and I totally get that. But what I don't understand is people do this just to be the first person in a way to say, this is what I believe to say, I told you so. When Max was doing that with the superstar stuff, I get what you're saying if it's something these players have shown. If Brady has shown a sign of the cliff, if KD has shown a sign of what you're saying, I would understand you. It would be like, oh yeah, he's looking like he's slowing down a little bit here and there for the most part. But as you like, KD just shot horrible from the floor and had terrible turnovers. But if you look at, like you said, in terms of the points per game, I think he averaged what in the playoffs? Was it like 26? It's still ugly because we remember and say he still averaged 26 points, and it still looked gross.
And 38% from the field. It didn't look good.
Understandably so, but for what you're saying,
and over 5 turnovers per game, like a lot went wrong for him.
A lot went wrong against the Boston Celtics. Correct, 100%. I'm not throwing no bill there, but you're going off of a season where when he played, the numbers speak for itself, who he was. So I'm not going to take that and say, oh, this person is going to be that much different based on 4 games compared to a totality to say he's dropping off a cliff. Like, and in that series,
and keep in mind, I never said we use the cliff analogy because that's what Max Kellerman said to Brady. I never said he's going to fall off a cliff. I said he's not going to play to his superstar level that we expect him to. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean he's not a superstar. Doesn't mean he hasn't been a superstar his whole career. It just means he's not going to play to that level, I don't think, moving forward. Now, he still could go out. He still could go out and average 25 a game, and his team could, be the 8th seed, and that's cool.
Who's your top 2 players in the league? Top five.
Right,
Top five. Yeah,
going
yeah.
into next season?
Right now, currently, today, of
No,
June
I'd rather him say
26th
going
was
into
Sunday.
next year. Please, Dub, let him say going into next year.
All
I
right,
just
going
wanna
into next
see.
year. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
My fault.
They still got to have what? Giannis, Curry, Embiid, Jokic, probably Luka.
And only 2 of those guys are superstars. And Luka made it
No,
to
it
all.
depends. Hey, listen,
went to
listen.
Western Conference Finals.
Any look.
I think
said
if
normally,
anyone that fits your criteria is Luka, though.
Definitely,
He's a
and he's
superstar.
been very consistent.
Yeah.
He
Just
matches it
anyone.
perfectly, actually.
But you're gonna bring up his
could-
defense, I believe.
No,
Okay.
I said I'd like them to be all defense, but I know that's asking too much in today's NBA to have someone who's all NBA, all defense, and that's a lot to ask. I'm starting to bring my bar down because I realize it's a little hard. I don't think everyone's going to get there. And again, the word superstar, maybe it needs
It's
to be
only
elite.
like it's only
Maybe
like
it needs
10
to be there's only
slots.
1 or 2 elite guys in the league. I don't know. Maybe
Does
maybe
Luka
it's the
fit-
verbiage that's driving everybody
But does
crazy.
Luka fit a superstar? Because he matches it perfectly. In your criteria.
Luka's starting to have a superstar career. Yes, he's getting there.
Is he a superstar?
Wait. Forget why is Luka not there? No KD, no. Why is Luka based on your own Fluent?
Lucas this season probably out of again. Luka needs to be. I need to see more.
But
Needs to have
he's
2
been
years.
first team the last 3 years. He's taken teams that people didn't think could do anything to monumental games in the playoffs. This year he shocked
But
the
this was
world.
the first year that he went past the first round, though. So this year I would say
understandably so. But he's playing it like he had probably against 2 players who you probably thought was a superstar. He's going against a way better team, taking both of them to game 7s. Like he's marking every box because Luka, both first round exits didn't feel like first round exit. It feels like this brother is here. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's still first round, understand. But his first round exit never look like what KD on was this year. So that's what I'm asking. Based on his whole resume, what Luka proved, based on your own criteria, not mine, not Dub, not Mars, he should be bona fide with the superstar cape on and his hand on his hip, looking into the mirror of superstardom.
I think you can make the argument that he had the superstar season, but to say he's a superstar.
So why wasn't last year? Wasn't it, not this past year? Why wasn't 2 years ago his superstar season? Because they lost in the first round.
Yeah, I gotta check. I gotta check my criteria. Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Let's
move on.
Why that's funny.
Let's move
You guys
on.
want to give superstar status to everybody. I hold it elite.
So how do you lose superstar status?
No. Hold on. Let me rewind that. You don't
That's a
lose
great
superstar
question.
status. You don't lose superstar status. Let's be clear, because that you guys are getting it mucky again. You don't lose superstar status, but you cannot play to your superstar level. And again, I'll use the Jordan and Hakeem examples. Those 2 guys are bona fide superstars for their careers, but in Washington and Toronto, respectively, they did not play like to their superstar expectations. And if anyone disagrees with that, then you're crazy.
Okay,
And
so
that's all I'm saying. There's a difference between a superstar career, superstar status, and playing to that level. For me, again, you might want to change the word from superstar to elite. That's fine. Change it, call it whatever you want. I use the word superstar as those elite 2 or 3 players in the NBA who did everything.
So
Because I believe those people need to be separated from the pack. So just because you're top 10 doesn't make you a superstar.
So is there only 2 at a time or 4?
No, I'm not saying there could be 4, there could be 1, there could be, it's hard to be 0, but there could be 2, there could be 5. There could, like, if they all go to the, 4 players go to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, they're the top 4 scorers, they're all first team NBA, blah, blah, and they do it, and they were consistent, and they had great. Of course, then there could be 5, there could be 10, but that's rare that happens.
I think the question Mars was trying to ask is, if Giannis is a superstar today for you, how would he lose that title for you?
Would he, as a superstar player, he can't.
I don't know if you guys are like actually.
So
if he plays poorly, I'll say he didn't play to a superstar. Like if he comes out next year,
Jay, I'm lost now.
And
I
averages.
was gonna say I
get it.
can't. I don't know if you guys are listening.
I don't think they're listening either.
I don't.
Yeah,
and here's what's a little nasty, because like I'm with both sides here. Like Fluent's a little nasty saying KD's not a superstar, but what he's really doing, he found the
I'm
loophole.
not saying
I know,
not a
exactly,
superstar.
and that's
That's
what
what
I'm
you
explaining. This is why I'm explaining because on the show he said Kevin Durant's not a superstar, and I remember I clipped that. I don't even remember what he said before or after because I clipped this piece, right? So what he's explaining is he's saying Kevin
What
Durant
you're saying is you didn't listen to the show. You just produced it. Thanks a lot, JD.
No, I listened to the show. When I
No,
did that
listened,
clip,
though.
I didn't
Name
take the
4
before
superstars.
or
I know that
after.
for a fact.
Anyway, what Fluent is saying is that Kevin Durant is a superstar. LeBron James is a superstar.
100%.
Steph Curry
Absolutely.
is a superstar. Giannis is a superstar. There are superstars. He's saying they aren't playing to a superstar level, and this is where the loophole is, where he can say this person is or is not a superstar this season because they're not playing superstar level, but they're still a superstar. So it's very confusing.
It
If
shouldn't
Giannis-
be.
if
I don't
Giannis
find it
gets- if
confusing.
I mean,
So
it's
then-
not
so then
confusing
what
to
we
me, but it
talking
is
about?
a little
That's
confusing.
That's the same thing Dell says with James Harden. That's all we're doing right now.
Right.
Right.
So then we
Yeah,
just
but
had this
the
whole
difference
discussion
here
for
is
no
it's
reason.
KD.
Well,
and
it was
the second
fun, so
Dell
that's why I
heard
was letting it go.
KD. I got a bunch of messages. Dell's gonna go crazy. You called his
I
father
watched the
KD, not a
show.
superstar.
No, I didn't hear it. I watched it live. I was
That's an
there.
actual quote,
And
by the way.
I was live. You named 4 superstar, and I didn't understand. You named it on, and then you brought up what happened to KD this year. Like it's still there, it's recorded. You brought up what happened to KD in the first round. You didn't say nothing you're saying now. Literally did it at all. You brought up what happened to KD in the first round, and you brought up other things. So this is why the take it's you didn't predicate it on saying what you were saying. Oh, a person's not playing. Like you flat out said he's not a superstar. You actually even brought up his past as well. It was. Listen, it might be
that's
more
where I said in the heat of the moment I used past tense, and I said I meant to use.
It might
if you
be
saw the
more
next- I corrected
scripted,
myself.
but it was nasty. Like if JD if all of us sit there and watch it, because I watched it live.
What
it was,
has
it
he
was
done
gross.
consistently?
Here's what I'll tell
It
you
was
to do.
gross.
Chat,
Right.
go to the Fluent and Chill episode where it was KD's not a superstar. Go watch between 35 minutes, I think. It's about 35 or 35 and a half to like 37, 38 minutes. And
You was going crazy. You was going crazy.
You'll see the whole
yeah.
whole
But
discussion.
you'll remember it was moving forward. If you did watch the show, you remember the question and the conversation was about moving forward.
And then
Now,
you
did I
named
use the wrong
4,
tense?
and the confusing part, you named Jokic, Steph, Giannis, and LeBron, and that was why I was confused. It's like based on what you had just said prior, I didn't understand how you had Jokic there, even though he was the MVP. I didn't understand how you Jokic there and how you had Braun there, just based on your criteria, because one lost in the first round the same way, and one didn't even.
Well, that's why I posted the hey, let me explain, because in that kind of heat of the moment, it didn't get the full explanation. Right, and then I put out a 3-minute video, and no one watched it, so I clipped it to 1 minute. And
there
then
you go.
People watched it.
Perfect.
People don't watch the videos.
People do not watch the 3. We don't have that attention span. All right, chat. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, top of the hour, this is your show today. This is your show. We just had to get that discussion off. And I see there's already a super chat. Your super chats are going to get read. Your super chats are guaranteed to get read for any topics or questions. And then in between, I'm just going to try and pick stuff out of the chat that I can. So starting with MC Robinson. Also, there's 242 of y'all, and I have to point this out. Only 63 likes. That's insane, chat. What are we doing? Let's get the likes up. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the Players Choice channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. MC Robinson, through the super chat, did you guys get a chance to watch the draft? I'm excited for the Cavs. We draft Evan Mobley's brother in the second round next season. Going to be nasty this season. That was an interesting sentence, but if you could decipher that and answer that question, I mean, I think most of us did watch the draft to answer that question. But thoughts about the Cavs? Anyone?
I think the Cavs going to build. I think they had a good year this year. I think Garland going to come back stronger. Jared Allen, if they stay healthy and continue progressing on that big lineup, I think they'll be dope.
Listen, health is always, I think every conversation is if they stay healthy. So that's a given. Other than that, they have a good young core. If they grow, the only thing I'm afraid of is their best player, probably Mobley, is going into year 2. And we always hear about the sophomore slump. So does he pick up his game? Does he work over this summer, get better? Then they'll be in a good position to be in the playoffs. If he doesn't, if he kind of gets complacent, that would be the only thing that could derail them.
You think Mobley's their best player?
I think he's one of their top one of their best players. I wouldn't say he's
Oh,
he's one of their
Like
best.
him
Like
and-
he
he's
needs
like
to
him and
play
Garland.
well. I think he needs to play well, especially on the defensive end, for them to be successful and win games.
of course.
So I think that it's what happens with rookies, right? From that rookie year to that second year, does he get better? If he gets better, yeah, they're in good shape, man. Like if you remember half the season, look, they might have just got tired. Like in college, you play 40 games, and then you go to an 80-game season. It's hard on your body. So I think they kind of hit a wall. And then there was injuries and other stuff. But halfway through the season, weren't they like at the top of the Eastern Conference, and then they started to drop. So hopefully that experience, right? They learn from it and they get better this year. So their future looks good as long as Cavs management doesn't screw it up.
Since we're talking about the Cavaliers, what do you guys think about Sexton? Like, what do you think about moving forward, him either on the Cavs or just him as a player, trajectory? Like, what expectations? You think he's out of Cleveland?
Out of there.
Yeah, I think he's
only because the year Garland had
Garland's their guy.
Jared
And they can get
Allen,
something for Sexton.
Jared Allen, and they could very well play well together, but I think they're looking at a more calm down two-man, because that's Garland's show at the point guard for sure now. So
They
I don't know.
drafted a bigger scoring guard anyway, so I think that's the proof that Sexton's not in the plans going forward.
Tough.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I mean, he's like he gives me like Dion Waiters vibes, where it's like he's a bucket. He gets to his buckets, but he really doesn't really do much else, which is why it's kind of hard to have a guy like that in the NBA if they not like a top 10 or top 15 guy, you know. So I feel bad for Sexton. I hope it works out for him. I don't know what to do moving forward, but I think his time with the Cavs is done.
Tough. Reginald Bailey asked, would you rather have Giannis with KD shooting or KD with Giannis defense?
Giannis with KD shooting, because of the body, the frame. Because basically it's the same. Basically, it's the same thing. The only difference is the body, right? Like KD with Giannis's defense, or Giannis with his KD shooting. That would be a superstar.
Get the hell out of here, bro. Giannis already a superstar.
I feel
of course he would.
Yeah.
Giannis with KD shooting for sure. I think even if he has like, I think Fluent hit it on the money. The body that Giannis has, giving him that ability to shoot well from the field too, it's just like, it's just ridiculous, bro. There's nothing you can do against that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wayne Go Crazy sent a super chat. How do we feel about the Knicks selling out for Brunson? Not really a needle mover in my eyes. They have no bona fide one on their roster. Not an RJ believer. Wow, bro. Number 14 jersey sales, not an RJ believer.
Box office, Dell. He's box office.
I don't think RJ is box office at all, but
no, it was a side chat.
Yeah, we know. Why'd you say Dub? Why did you say Dub?
Oh, I meant Dub.
I was about to say, I have a side chat about me.
Yeah, for all you guys watching me, you wouldn't know we on the same little gridiron thing together, Players Choice Gridiron. Tune in on Wednesday nights. But me and Fluent has been going at it for each other for the past few days about this little debate. So that's why, like, me and Fluent not really arguing right now, because we got everything off already. Pause.
It's gone.
Fire. I love Jalen Brunson, but I'm just a little skeptical about I'm just a little skeptical about what the Knicks is doing. Like what they see, what they envision from him so much. It's like they're throwing their all eggs in the basket. Of course, Brunson is tough, but is Brunson now? Is he like? Yeah, I don't. Is a small guard per se, like Kemba Walker type feel that didn't really work. So you're just giving more room to grow on the Knicks, I guess. So I don't fully understand it coming from the Knicks and Tibbs aspect, like what is about or what they're trying to get out. It's just confusing to me.
What is it about the Knicks that makes you think they're going to make the right decision?
Well, that's what scares me, is that I feel like they're going to mess his career up. And this is essentially along the lines of, because we already kind of texted about this in our group chat, but I'm scared for Brunson if he makes the move to New York, because I'm scared. We saw what happened with Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker's still a formidable guard. You saw what happened. They bench him. He comes back, immediately drops, what was it, like 35? He like went bonkers the first game back. Obviously, he can play. Jalen Brunson is amazing talent, young guy. And him going to the Knicks with no one really around him to like the Luka level that he's able to play so freely next to, and the system that he's going to be put into place in New York scares me, because now Brunson's this guy who's going to get paid, and then what's going to happen after, who knows, everything drops because the system he's put in, the players he's around, and they doesn't meet their expectations.
It'll be good for Brunson's bank account
for sure.
But it will be bad for him as a player, and it won't work for the Knicks or Brunson. And you brought up a good point. Playing next to Luka makes life easier.
JB, stay in Dallas, please.
Is this a max money? Like is if you give him max money, they'll come max expectation.
Right.
And I don't think that's going to happen on the Knicks.
Right.
Well, could he? I don't know. I won't say it just don't work, because the way they're going about it, I guess they see something we don't. I'm just basing it on how a small guard affected Kemba Walker. And everything's different. Like the Pistons gave Jeremi Grant a lot of money, and now they traded him for a first-round pick. So is it, you know what I'm saying? They're throwing players with the numbers. I remember Grant was in Denver playing a role alongside Jokic and playing a great role. He went to Pistons, average about 20-something points, and now he's being moved again. So does it end up like that? It's just a fickle league. It's like the lottery. They just hit and miss with these contracts, and hopefully it work out.
Since you brought it up, and no one asked, because I want to get to the Jeremi Grant thing, I'll mental note this. Does anyone else want to touch on Jalen Brunson, Knicks potential?
I think I could see like the picture. You get a guy who could be a playmaker and kind of like a secondary scorer, matching up with guys like a RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin, and kind of run a system like that. But I mean, it's a far-fetched thing. We'll have to see how it goes. But I could see what the Knicks is trying to do. It's just if it's gonna work out freely.
Jalen Brunson's going to have the nicest empty stats in New York.
Bye. Please stay in Dallas, JB. I want you to stay in Dallas, selfishly. Okay, Jeremi Grant to the Trailblazers. I want to talk about this really, really quick, and then we'll get to these next Super Chats. To me, this move just feels like you just got rid of CJ McCollum, a great scorer, and then you bring in another scorer. In my eyes, Jeremi Grant, pretty one-dimensional on the offensive side of the ball. Why is this any different than Dame and Jeremi Grant? Is it the money? Like, what is the difference here?
He's 6'8".
Defense on the wing, something they haven't had for like a decade.
He's 6'8", so I think that would help a little. He's just 6'8", and like the wing position is fluent in the NBA. Like it's you need like solid wings. 6'7", 6'8" to put the ball in the basket, guard multiple position, play small ball more. I think that aspect of it only.
It better be the first piece, right? Like I think Dame wanted,
and they also have
their
Anfernee
friends,
Simons
right?
there, who they felt could replace CJ.
I forgot about Anfernee Simons.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Very
to watch
good
him play
player.
next season. You know what's funny is I'm actually excited to watch a lot of like the teams that kind of finish near the
Cats?
yeah. I'm excited to see Cleveland, because this is, the second year after an amazing year for them. This is crazy because I'm obviously from Seattle, born and raised, got the Sonics shirt on. I'm actually kind of excited to see OKC, even though I shouldn't say these words. I should not say these words. This is blasphemous.
I'm a huge fan of Josh Giddey.
I'm excited to see Detroit.
I don't know.
I'm excited to watch Banchero, but I'm not excited to watch the Magic.
Detroit?
I'm very excited to see Detroit.
Did you say you don't know about Detroit? Detroit's backcourt looks good. If they get 8-2, they're gonna be fun to watch. I don't know.
I want Ayton to actually go to the Spurs.
Spurs will be dope.
Spurs would be good for him.
Spurs will be really dope.
Spurs would be good
I'm
for him.
kind of worried about Detroit too, because Kemba's there. You got
Kemba's not
Kemba's
staying
gonna-
there.
he's
not
gonna-
going.
He's
don't
getting
think he's
bought.
staying
He's getting bought out.
He's gone.
100%. They just did
Yeah.
that for Jalen Durant, the pick, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not putting a jersey on there.
I don't know. Detroit gives me bad vibes, so it's like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Really quick, let me just give you some of the people here. Let's see. Let me make sure this isn't. I don't know if any of these people have been moved since, but Marvin Bagley, just like some notable names here. Sadiq Bey actually had a decent year last season. Obviously, Cade Cunningham, year 2. That will be fun to watch. Hamidou Diallo, he played really well last season, I thought. They just drafted Jalen Duran. Killian Hayes. Obviously, Jaden Ivey. And that's kind of the notable names, but Detroit will be fun. That'll be a nice young roster. All right, sorry. Several super chats flying in now. Wayne Go Crazy, thank you for the super chat. Open playbook. Do you guys think that the Pistons can become the next Grizzlies in the next 2 to 3 years?
I mean, I see the path, but I wouldn't bet on them being a 2 seed in the East. But I think they're going to be exciting. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like pushing for the play-in, but that's just me. I'm high on guys like
interesting.
Cade.
All these young teams, right? So be it Detroit, OKC, Cleveland, they're young. So could they be the next Grizzlies? Yeah, if their players develop and get better. Like if you look at what the Grizzlies did, they got a bunch of young players, and Dylan and obviously Jod became amazing, but those guys all developed and got better. So yeah, if they develop and get better, sure, they can do it. If they don't, then they won't. I know this sounds really simplistic to say, but if they get better, yeah, of course they have a chance.
It's like gambling, bro.
Yeah, Dom knows all about that.
Yeah, building teams is like gambling. Like you could get the pieces together, and it's a lot that goes into it. You got a good coach with Dwayne Casey, but it's all on how the pieces will fit together and how the pieces could work together and how fluid the team will be. So again, we'll have to see. Detroit just gives me bad vibes, bro. They haven't been good for a big portion of my lifetime, so it's kind of hard for me to put faith in a team like that. Probably be very exciting, but not winning games and everything. I just have to see it to believe it. That's just one of those teams for me. OKC though, I think OKC is gonna be fire.
J Lo.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching it.
Go ahead, Mars. Sorry.
I like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander a lot, so that's why I was watching OKC this year. Well, while he played, I wasn't watching him when he didn't play. But guys like SGA, Cade, I think with the pieces around them, OKC is more of a concern because they have no one on the team who can shoot like at all. But with Detroit, like you got athletic guys with Durant and Bagley now, Sadiq Bey, Cade, they can stretch the floor. Jaden Ivey in transition. I just like the way they're building the team. It looks like they have a little bit of everything. And then with the progression and guys like Dwayne Casey's a great coach. People forget he was coach of the year.
I was about to say, people forget he was coach of the year and he got fired. Like,
he's a very
bad
good coach. So I feel like if anyone can like progress those players and develop them the way we want to see them, especially defensively, I think Dwayne Casey's a good guy for that. So watch out for Detroit.
Ready for my way too early take for next season. This is going to be similar to along the lines of my Ja Morant take over Trae Young this season, which damn, chat. You like that? All right. So
you like that, chat? You like that?
Cade Cunningham. Last year's rookie class. Cade Cunningham obviously was one of the top guys. Scotty Barnes ended up getting rookie of the year. There was a lot of talk about Jalen Green and whoever else. There was a lot of great rookies.
Suggs. It was Jalen Suggs, Green, Cade, and then Ron was the only one that picked Scotty Barnes, which was fire from him.
So
somebody else on a different show was screaming the praises of Scotty Barnes all season, but
next season
I was closer to the situation than most.
Yeah, I was in the chat talking about Scotty Barnes.
Next season, Cade Cunningham is going to prove why he is actually the best player in that draft class. I thought he was the best player in the draft class this season. I'm the way that he plays so poised.
I don't think that's as wild as the Ja Morant at the time.
And I'm not saying it's wild, but it's just what's very early, obviously, because like Scotty Barnes, rookie of the year, you're thinking, okay, well, this might be the guy.
He's so talented, boy. It's ridiculous how good he is.
I don't think we've seen Jalen Green yet. We're gonna see what he can really do between years 3 and 5. I think maybe 4 and 5, because he just seems like he's so To me, he's just very like kind of like sporadic. He needs to know when to slow down and when to pick it up. But I think Cade Cunningham next season is going to show you why he is the best player in that draft class. Okay, Jay Los sent a super chat. If KD gets traded this offseason, where do you guys think he'll go? Dub says Miami.
Yeah, but
I say
I'm gonna stick
Dallas.
with that.
All right, let's see. No,
I
there's
mean,
no-
I think the
so
Warriors should
tough.
trade for him. I think the Warriors should trade.
Yeah, there's
for him.
no way he goes to Dallas.
I'd
But
have to give up too
No,
much. He's probably
Wiggins,
Portland.
Wiseman, Moody, Kuminga, a couple picks. I think that's a good package.
yeah, give away their whole roster that got him to
Yeah, for
They've
the
done it.
KD, I'm
championship.
doing
I
that
just spit my
100%.
water
They've
everywhere.
done it before, bro.
I welcome him with open arms.
Portland. He's gonna go team up with Dame.
I'm glad you brought that
What
up
do
because I want to
Portland-
talk
what do
about that.
Portland have?
I don't want him to go to
A lot
Portland
of
at
homeless
all,
people?
bro. I need Dame to get.
I
up
didn't say I
out of
want
there,
him to
too.
go there. I said I could see him going there.
I need Dame to get up out of there. I don't want KD going there either. No offense, but
Why not?
I
What
think-
you don't want Portland?
I mean, I'd like
you
to
have
see
them against the
Dame.
city.
I'd like to see Dame and KD.
I'm here for that.
I mean, I like to see it. It's just I don't know. You think they could beat a healthy Lakers team and a healthy?
No, I
Warriors
don't
team?
think they win, but I'd like to see them.
Yeah.
I want them. I
Great
want them to be
2K
in
team.
positions to
A
win.
true
That's
a
why.
true superstar would find a way. Dub.
Can't though.
Fire.
bro.
Ace Sturdy donated through. Oh, go ahead, Dub.
No, I'm just wondering, are we gonna talk about the rookies later? We're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited for that.
yeah, we'll talk about the rookies. I want to make sure that we get to as much of this stuff as possible. And I did see someone asked it earlier, and I'll try and scroll back to it. But someone wanted us to give the way too early rookie of the year predictions, which we will do. And I'm sorry, whoever initially asked that. I meant to write that down, but I did actually have it on the doc anyway. But I wanted to give you credit for asking. Ace Sturdy, start bench cut. This is through the super chat. Franchise edition. Talent. Only one top 10 player in the league. Location. Or good front office. Anyone you cut, you have the worst version. Anyone you cut, you have the worst version.
So this is like a team setup.
Start bench cut. Talent. Location. Good front office.
Well, location's last. I'm cutting
is
location,
last.
and then I'm taking one top 10 player, and then I'm taking a good front office. So start top 10 player, bench front office, cut location.
Wait. You gotta have talent in there too, right?
Yeah,
I thought
that's what he
talent
said.
meant one
Give me
top
the
10
three
player.
again. Give me the three.
In
Oh,
the-
talent
talent,
went once.
yeah.
In
okay,
parentheses,
okay,
his
I'm
talent
with
said
I'm
only
taking the best player available. so
yeah,
that
only
I'm
one
taking
top 10 player in
taking-
the league. Yep.
then good or average front office, I guess, and then in the worst location, wherever that is.
Utah.
Yeah, that's called
Sacramento.
Minnesota. We see how that works.
But they
Yeah,
have.
I'm Minnesota with
office.
I'm Minnesota with a decent front office, so maybe.
I'd probably so it's top 10 talent, good front office, and location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with a good front office and the location, and I'll leave the top 10 player out because with the location and a good front office, I'll eventually get a good player. Because if I'm in LA, for example, players are gonna want to come play here, and my
Like the
good front
logic.
office will get them here. So I might not have one today, but I'll get one tomorrow.
Like the logic.
You could be
I'm,
like.
I'm starting with Giannis. I'm sorry.
You could.
Because if
you
you're in a
could-
bad if you're in a bad location, your team can leave. Or your
Yeah,
player, that top
Giannis
10
is
player
in
can leave.
Milwaukee.
What's
I mean,
up?
I don't.
He's an exception.
Yo,
What up,
what's
Go?
good, little man?
Good.
You guys was on mute. He was yelling for like 10.
Oh,
It's crazy.
we needed
He's
some
going
of
now.
that.
Yelling, close the door.
Fluent. I think you're a little bit wild, especially like after Kobe, everything. The Lakers were trash for a while until LeBron decided to go there. That was not the Lakers front office.
That was a
LeBron was
bad
like,
front office.
that was LeBron. Yo,
That was
I'm
a
about to head
bad
over
front
there.
office.
So
Well,
I'm
but
going with,
that proves his point by saying location though.
oh, maybe I'm
Right?
going
Like,
with,
yeah, there you go. The Lakers still have a bad front office, and LeBron was like, you know what?
And they
I'm
got
going
a
over because
top,
it's LA.
the top player.
I'm gonna go with a top 10 player because the majority of top 10 players could floor raise their team and make them a playoff contending team. I'm going with a good front office because if you have a good front office, they could surround the pieces of that top 10 player who can floor raise and give them championship caliber pieces. And now I'm gonna cut the location.
for every sorry, there's only one example of Giannis. There are players, LeBron, who left bad
Yeah, but I'm
location
taking
in
Giannis.
Cleveland.
So I'm taking.
But
Giannis as
yeah,
well.
that's one. We're talking overall. You can't pick and choose. More people will leave a bad location and go to a good location. I think we're
Giannis
underestimating.
is leaving there as well.
No, not before he gets a championship, which he's already got. And that's
He's
what I
done.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
I'm gonna be repetitive today. I'm sorry, but it's because since when you do a live show, people come in and out, and I know it's probably gonna be obnoxious for people who watch this after the fact and people who are listening on Spotify and Apple. But if you're here in the live show and you missed it, this is the viewer show. We're reading all super chats. I'm going to try and read things in the chat. So make sure you drop questions and or topics that you want us to talk about today, because we're going to have about another hour and a half or so of the show. So do not leave any unanswered questions or topics that you want us to talk about today. Cam Cobain donated through the super chat. If the Bobcats kept Kobe, would he be just as great as he was with the Lakers?
Never.
He'd be the same player. He wouldn't have won anything, but he'd be the same player.
Impossible to answer that question. First of all, I guess they were the Hornets back then. It depends who they surround him with, right? So it's
Okafor.
What do they do after, like, that team that he went to, or that drafted him? Who was still there in that year? Who was still there? Was
on the
was
Lakers?
Alonzo Mourning still there? Was Mourning there?
In 96.
Yeah. Mourning was still there, was he not?
Zoe wasn't there yet.
He wasn't there yet? What about Larry Johnson? Like that team,
Zoe might have been there.
I thought Zoe might have been there, but look at that team. If that was a team of Larry Johnson, a healthy Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Kobe, okay, maybe you got to move on from Muggsy Bogues, but like maybe it depends. It depends.
Yeah, because his game. I don't know if it's
Del Curry, Vlade Divac.
They won 50 games.
Glenn Rice was there.
Glenn Rice.
You know how he said that missing the air ball shots. There's a lot of stuff is a makeup of a player that made, you know what I'm saying? Of course, his drive and who he wanted to be for sure, probably, but he wouldn't be viewed as Kobe. We view him for sure. Like Shaq wasn't going there to enhance his career by him performing how he did in the playoffs at age 20, 21. So all that stuff, like his game.
But Shaq, okay.
Does he work the same?
I'm not comparing Alonzo to Shaq.
No. Does he work the same to be the best being in the Laker uniform by what he's going through? Or is it the fact that if he's on Charlotte, they give him more leeway to mess up and not take things or drive so seriously? It's really one of the questions that just cannot be answered.
In reality, he probably, even if they didn't trade him, he works his way out of there because he wanted to play in LA. like in fact, who was it? His agent was calling what was the coach of the Nets at the time? John Calipari, and telling him he'll go to Europe. If you draft him to the Nets, he'll go to Europe. He won't even play for you. Like they were working that angle. So I even if they keep him, he finds his way out of there.
They still
nasty game.
It's tough.
Dude, the behind the scenes is crazy.
If Luka was telling teams in Dallas, because he wanted to go to Dallas, if any team picked them prior, other than like the Suns at 1, he was staying in Europe as well.
It's so funny.
I wouldn't go to the Kings either, so I don't blame him.
Poor Kings. I like Sacramento. Such a nice city.
It is very nice.
Never been there.
Hey, JD, you don't know this. It's the capital of California. You should take a visit.
I don't know. I like LA. Don't know if I need to ever go to Sacramento.
Less traffic. A lot less traffic.
Rohan. Rohan donated through the super chat, said someone in Discord was comparing Poole to Anfernee Simons, I believe. I would assume. He didn't put the last name, but I can't imagine it's anyone else.
But it's Hardaway.
Yeah,
You're right.
Definitely not Penny Hardaway. So.
Right. Because that's not even the same. Someone in Discord was comparing Poole to Anfernee.
I think Anfernee Simons is a better player than Jordan Poole.
Go on.
I mean, I think everything Jordan Poole does, Anfernee Simons does at a higher level. I think he's a better passer than Jordan Poole. Neither are great defenders, but Anfernee Simons is already better than him. I think
Are you saying if he was on the Warriors, he would have outperformed what Jordan Poole did this season?
I think he'd be in the same role, and I think he'd do it just as well, if not better. I think where I give Jordan Poole credit is what he can do without the ball. Anfernee Simons, the guy, I need to see what he can do with Dame before I judge what he can do without the ball. But from what I've seen with Jordan Poole, he's great off the ball. I think that's what happens when you play with guys like Steph and Clay. You just take their tendencies, which I think Anfernee Simons could also do the same thing. And I just think his athletic gifts just already give him a head start. And then the overall skill set, I think Anfernee Simons is, if not equal, he's better. So I think Anfernee Simons is a better player.
Do you think if you reversed roles that they would be able to, or that Simons would be able to play Jordan Poole's role, and what would Jordan Poole do in Anfernee Simons' role? I want to hear both.
I mean, I think we win a ring if Anfernee Simons is there instead of Jordan Poole. I still think we win the championship. And I think I think Jordan Poole does he averages 20, 22 a game on mediocre efficiency. And then he's a talented player. So he'll have a few highlight clips that will go viral. And then people will say Jordan Poole's underrated, but it's not going to be anything substantial if he's in Portland.
I think Jordan Poole being on the Warriors and getting that little spotlight, it kind of makes people kind of put him on a bigger pedestal than usual. I think Anfernee Simons and Jordan Poole is really close together for me. It's pretty like a wash. So I agree with Mars where I think Simons could do just the same thing that Jordan Poole did. It wouldn't be hard to him to just be an off-ball player. And Jordan Poole will probably be more with the ball and probably put up more numbers than he did on the Warriors. But the bar is not far off between the two. So I think Anfernee Simons is really not a bad comparison.
I agree with that.
Oh, I love you, Mars.
Loaded 2K has a start bench cut for us. Loaded 2K sent this through this super chat. Start bench cut Trey, Kyrie, Ja.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Start Trey, bench Ja, cut Kyrie.
That's probably right.
I don't know, man. Y'all know I got love for Kyrie, bro.
Yeah, I'm with Mars. I got the same.
What is the three again?
Trey Young, Kyrie Irving, Ja Morant.
And Rob, what you say?
Who?
Mars.
Mars.
Oh, I said start Trey, bench Ja, cut Kyrie.
I know his reasonings too. That's what's fire.
What is the reason?
Just when you're around people long enough, you just know why they're doing what they're doing, you know?
Wait, what is the reasoning though? I need to hear this.
I mean, the word impact is definitely going to come up.
Oh my God. Because he's more impactful to the team. They was really the true number one and everything. Is that where you?
But don't you hate Trey, or you like him now?
He does hate Trey.
I still don't like him. I just know I mean, if I'm being unbiased towards Trey, he's the fourth best point guard in the NBA. But I still don't like him, so he's mid.
He's mid.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on. Did you just say he's the fourth best point guard in the NBA and he's mid? Is that what you said at the end?
No,
I'm biased. He's the fourth best point guard. In my bias, he's very mid. I'm below LaMelo Ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. I'll do Trey, Ja, Kyrie, screw it.
Okay.
I think the bar is really close.
Dell's starting Kyrie. I'll do it for you, Dell.
I'm starting Ramadan Kyrie. It's a wash with the next two, to be honest. I think they're both on the same level, maybe one.
Today, I'll help you, Dell. Today's Sunday.
Yeah, you know I was going there. Sunday Trey, Sunday Ja. I'll take Sunday Trey, and I'll bench Sunday Ja. I mean, not bench, cut Sunday Ja.
Sounds good. Hoops Mythology sent a super chat, said, oh my God. And I am a Dirk fan. The super chat says, Dirk is greater than KD as a scorer, comma, I'm dead serious.
Come on, bro.
Nice.
Come on, bro. Like you can't make this up sometimes. Dirk was great.
Dirk was a superstar. KD.
Oh, wow.
Nah, Dirk was for sure a superstar, bro. But there's levels to this, bro. And Dirk ain't on KD's scoring level, in my opinion.
What level is he on? Who would you compare him to? Like what tier of players?
Dirk?
Because I assume you got MJ, Kobe, and KD.
I
as,
don't
like,
think
tier
it's
one.
that far off from Dirk and KD, to be honest. Their scoring ability, but I'm not going to put Dirk over KD as a scorer. I'm just not there.
Again, like I hate doing bigs and perimeter players because it's tough for me to compare because they score in different
I
ways.
mean, Dirk was a perimeter player.
He was, but come on, it's not the same as like KD with the ball in his
Well,
hands.
yeah,
like
he's
a
not
team athlete.
handling the ball.
Yeah,
but he's still
yeah.
on the perimeter.
Yeah, it's not the same, bro. So I mean, it's just not. So it's like, if you want me to give you an answer, I'll maybe say he's probably like in that 11 spot for me, a 10, 11 spot. Dirk, while
Is he,
KD
is he
like top
behind
5.
Carmelo Anthony?
Bro, no.
Bro, hold on. This is
Not for
actually
me.
this. I want to hear what you guys thought, and I have to call him out. I'm sorry. I won't say your full name just to try and not completely embarrass you. Harry, I almost said the full thing. Harry said it is far off because Dirk can't go off the dribble at all.
I mean,
At
I
all?
disagree with that. I disagree.
I
with that
fully
argument,
disagree
and
with
it's not
that. Just
true,
because he's
but
not fast. So can Luka go off the dribble? It's not quick and it's not flashy, but he could still go off the dribble. Dirk, even though his dribble isn't tween hezzy, he can still turn his back, dribble, whatever. He doesn't have a cross or anything, but he's gonna hit you with the boom fadeaway.
up
Putting
and
the ball
under,
on the floor
fade
doesn't
away.
Dirk
have
had
to
a pretty
look a
quick
certain
first
way.
step. I'm not gonna say he was quick, but he had a pretty quick first step.
Yeah, it
Especially
wasn't like
compared to bigs. He
He's still
wasn't
getting to the rack.
slow. Yeah,
people.
he wasn't
sure.
slow.
For sure.
People kind of got this little conception of Dirk like he was just like a spot up guy or like a back to the basket guy. Nah,
Right.
he had a little bag on him for a big man. It's just he's not on KD level. That's all.
Right.
KD's mid, but it's cool.
He's not a superstar. Remember?
Facts.
That's fire. Kevin Jones Kevon Jones? Sorry. Bleacher Report ranked KD's first ring higher than LeBron's 3-1 comeback. Just wanted to know how you guys feel about that.
Who?
What?
The
Bleacher Report.
2017 Warriors ring ranked higher than the 2016 Cavs.
They got it wrong.
Nah.
I don't even know. I don't know how you
basing
rank
it
rings.
on them going
16 and 1.
Has to be.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have to be. Because that 3-1 comeback is like it's of course
It
a
was
ring
mid.
is still a championship ring, but that was you know what I'm saying? That was pretty dope. Coming back 3-1.
I
At
hate
the
it.
Oracle on the 73-9 team.
Terrible
Was.
game.
Yeah, you guys- yeah,
Yo,
nah, you
it all
guys-
makes sense now. I never
You guys
connected
did
the dot.
everything to lose
Oh
that game.
my god! No wonder why you hate that ring so much, bro.
I don't hate the ring.
Oh
I just
my
think I
God.
just think saying you come back from 3-1, like, okay.
Nah, bro. It's
He hates that because
it's
it's
the
like
Warriors,
you
bro.
were
I
that
said the
bad,
same
you
thing when
down
we came back
3-1.
on OKC. Like, if you weren't down 3-1, you wouldn't get the credit for coming back from 3-1.
Nah, you're saying that to be consistent. You capping.
I believe the same. I said the same thing
Just-
when Denver came back from 3-1 twice in the bubble. If you don't go down 3-1, you don't have to come back from 3-1. Like,
You said that on the show?
no one's ever asked me.
Oh Jesus. I love
But
the
if you-
consistency. I swear to God, though, is biased.
I've always believed this.
Fire.
He gets bad vibes. He gets STD.
But if
every
you
time
are
a 3-1
ranking
comes back.
rings, I wouldn't understand ranking 2017 above 2016 based on how a lot of people do judge things. But I don't rank rings. So.
Aaron Butta sent a super chat. Who's the best number one pick of the 2010s? Just to refresh your guys' memory,
Anthony Davis. It's Anthony Davis.
I'll give you all the players who were drafted between 2010 and 2019. So John Wall, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Anthony Bennett, which maybe Anthony Bennett actually was probably the best pick. Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, DeAndre Ayton, Zion Williamson.
It was Anthony Davis.
I agree.
It's not even close.
John Wall.
Okay.
Nah, let me stop playing. Nah, I love
John Wall was
Wall,
nice
man.
though. John Wall
I
was nice.
loved watching him play, bro. He was like a he was literally like a D Wade, bro, just a better playmaker. Slash it to the rim and everything, played at a fast pace, but injuries, bro.
If you have
I've been
never
hearing John Wall was better than prime Derrick Rose. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
win,
So like 2017 John Wall is better than 2011 D Rose.
I don't think that's crazy to say.
Neither
Like
do I.
I don't think that's crazy
ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
I don't think so. Like John Wall was really like that and playmaking for that team, bro. Like he had marching Gortat like playing like at an all-star level, bro. Like that.
I agree. I don't think it's crazy. I think people are skewed by Derrick Rose because of the MVP. I mean, he was a great player, but if we're just looking at player for player, what John Wall could do and what Derrick Rose could do.
You could also never have given Derrick Rose an MVP, and I still don't know. I mean, I love John Wall. I've said this so many times on the show, but literally in high school, before games, in class, we had laptops, and I would go and watch hoop mixtapes all day, and I would watch John Wall's hoop mixtape like every other day. Every other day, his high school one. It's disgusting. And if you've never seen it, go watch it.
He uses his left hand a lot.
All the time. He was dunking with his left hand like 90% of the time. He was disgusting. Who else? I would watch Akil Carr. I don't know why I was so obsessed with watching
his.
He's
like the 5'6" guy, right?
Yeah, I was so obsessed with watching his because he's just insane with the ball. On a string, can get to his spots like ridiculously fast. I don't know. He was extremely fun to watch. I'm trying to think who else's hoop mixtapes. I would literally just go to that website and watch all day. It's crazy. And then all I would do is stand at the 3-point line and shoot.
To tell, man. Because Zion might end up being the best one.
He's not going to be better than Anthony Davis.
You never know. It's too early. Like, could Cat end up having a better career than AD? Maybe. Like right now, it's AD. It's a pretty easy choice, but it's too early for some of these guys to really ask that question. Just my 2 cents.
I need to see Zion on the
As
court,
of today,
bro.
it's Anthony Davis, of course.
Yeah. I need to see day-to-day Davis on the court too.
Yo, did y'all see Zion Williamson and his little workout Jones?
Mhm.
Y'all seen that? He looked like the fucking Hulk.
The Hawk or the Hulk?
He's built.
Jesus Christ, bro. He got
If he
rid of all that
can
Krispy
get it, if he
Kreme.
can get healthy, man, that dude's gonna be scary.
Yeah, Zion's
Bro, I
Zion's
cannot
a
wait
beast,
for
man.
next season.
Zion
Him on
is a
the
beast.
you guys think that he's gonna try to get out of the Pelicans or not?
Yeah.
This season.
I think he's.
I don't think he starts
he's
this
staying.
season.
I think he's staying until his contract.
I think he
is up. I don't know
stays
what
this
happens
season.
after that.
I think he stays this
He's
season.
gonna re-sign for like 4 years, and then after 2 years, actually be traded.
Why?
I think you see him in a Pelicans jersey this year.
He get the money locked in, and then he could demand a trade.
No, but why do you think like he doesn't want to stay on the Pelicans?
It's the Pelicans.
The location. And
If
that's
they're
it? So-
location has to be in your top two.
if they're competitive, I think he stays.
Yeah, he'll stay for 2. Like honestly, if Giannis didn't win last year or 2 years ago, this year it would have been the year he said, "Yo, I want to be out." That's how it happens. Like it's.
I could agree with that, but the Pelicans Pelicans made the playoffs last year though.
No,
so
for
like,
sure,
They got
for
crazy
sure,
upside.
for
And they
sure.
just
That
drafted
gives
their
them
new
an extra
Lonzo
year.
Ball, so they just
That gives
replaced
them an
Lonzo
extra
Ball with
year.
the same guy.
He said you did that bought him an extra year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this.
NBA is gonna be fun.
DJ Vincent donated through the super chat. Said, can you all name 5 non-starters that you can assemble to go to a championship team, I'm assuming, and name the coach, current players, coach whenever. Don't know how to decipher that, but I'll try and read this again and let's see if we can
A
figure this out.
team of bench players that can make the finals.
That's never gonna
With-
happen in life.
I highly doubt that.
To a championship, to go to a championship. Ah, got it.
I think you say, can you pick 5 non-starters if they were the starting lineup for your team? That
Yep,
could make
yep.
a run.
And who's their
Then
coach?
that's-
And who's their coach?
Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero.
Mm-hmm. Bridges
We
comes
need-
off the bench, right?
Who?
Does Bridges come off the bench?
No.
Gordon Hayward
Wait,
comes
can I
off
ask
the
a
bench.
question? Before Tim Hardaway got hurt, was Jalen Brunson coming off the bench? He was, right?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Okay,
he was.
Jalen Brunson at the 1.
Okay, this is
I
a very
like this
small team.
workaround. I like this workaround.
I'll take Tyler Hero. I don't think they'll not make the finals though. Like it's just impossible. But let's see. I think it'll be for sure quality though. 3 or 4 man off the bench.
Is Bobby Port? who's the?
Bobby
Brook
Port.
Lopez
says
Bobby
Brook
Port
Lopez
is
is off the bench.
Bobby Port is started because Brook was hurt.
Right. So
Bobby
this works for
count him.
Dell.
Okay.
We gonna count.
We
that
have
as
we
bench
have to take what we can get.
Yeah,
we
for
gonna
sure.
take Bobby,
Just so you
yeah.
know, technically this season, because of injury, Paul George came off the bench.
Yeah, we're not good.
And
That
why?
won't work, though.
Nice
That
Ben.
one will not
I
work.
saw Steph come off the bench for like 3 games in the playoffs.
Hey,
there you go.
all
I
right,
got Steph,
hey, we
Paul
might have a
George.
chance.
That's mine.
Yeah, we might have a chance. Kawhi Leonard. Okay.
Carmelo Anthony,
Andre
Kevin
Drummond.
Love came off the bench.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. Yes, that's
So
nice.
we got
Claxton,
Brunson,
5.
Tyler, Melo, K-Love.
They want
Our
JaVale
defense
McGee
is
at 5.
Non-existent. Jesus.
Oh, we could get a defensive player. Screw that. Screw Melo. Herbert Jones. Did he come
Herb
off?
Jones. Let me check because that's a good
He
pick.
might have started though, I believe. But
He
I'm
mi-
not taking Herb Jones over Melo. I'm sorry.
We need defense, bro. We got no defense right there.
No, this
It's
is
fine.
Dell's team. It's firepower, bro.
He
This-
didn't start 9 games.
All right.
We'll
Offense
take
wins
Herb
games.
Jones for those 9 games.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Offense wins games.
But defense wins championships, and that's the goal.
You think so? Who's a better defensive team, the Celtics or the Warriors?
We were 1.
Actually, they both had
Bro,
the same
they're
defensive
both
rating this
like
year.
top 3,
Yeah,
top 5.
depending on
bro.
where you
You're
look.
tied.
Warriors were 1, Celtics were 1 in
So
other
it's like the
places.
defense really like keyed in.
Nah, it was the offense. I like when people say defense wins championship. And I will always 100% go with offense because you'll have to finish a game with more offense than defense anyway.
For me, the old saying used to be defense wins championships.
There was
I
only
think
one team with
now
defense
it's now
win
it's
championship. Was the
situational. Now
Pistons.
it's situational defense.
The
You have to be
Spurs were
able to
very
play
much
defense at
defense.
certain times. I'd
That
throw
beat
Scotty
LeBron?
Barnes, by the way, into that team.
07, 2003,
Barnes, yeah.
999. Those were all defensive teams. 2005.
But when we talk about
2014
defense
was-
and
Hey,
winning
what's-
championship, I'm not looking at the 99, the 99.
But hasn't
era.
every
Because
team
was
that
just-
won an NBA championship been like a top 5 or top 10?
Miami
Of
was a
course,
crazy
right, but I
have to
feel
be
like they were
really
better
good.
offensively. I think we had this discussion before. I think they were better offensively.
What's the
the
saying?
Warriors
but
offense
like-
this
what's
year
the
was
saying?
ranked
Better
17.
better offense beats better defense when better defense can't score, or something like that. Good offense beats
Right.
great defense when great
Yeah, you
defense
have to
can't
be able
score.
to, like, I just
Well,
brought
yeah,
up
you,
Scotty
you
Barnes.
can't just
Raptors
stop
had
people
really
in
Right,
good
of
defense.
course.
defense, but they couldn't
Exactly.
score, right?
Yeah.
The
So you have to
Heat
be able to do both.
had really good
Miami
defense,
Heat,
and
right,
they couldn't
right.
The
score.
point is you have to be able to do both.
Yeah.
At a serviceable level.
Right,
Yeah.
right. J. Los, Super Chat. What are the Lakers' title chances if they get Kyrie?
100%.
100.
If
Wait,
you
what
don't,
team?
if you don't win a title with Kyrie, AD, and LeBron, then I don't know.
If to Dell's point earlier, if they're healthy with a healthy LeBron, AD, and Kyrie, they should. It has nothing to do with my Laker fandom either.
Son, why do
You
people
guys like
think,
my LeBron poster?
why do people think he's going to the Lakers, bro? Is
Because
it just
LeBron's
because of
on the
that?
team.
Because LeBron
Is it
wants
just
him.
because that interview that he had on the it was I Am Athlete podcast, right?
I thought it was the
Uh,
pivot.
The pivot, it was the pivot one.
Here's the pivot.
It's
So
the
how-
Yeah, I
same.
said
Yeah, I named it the same thing.
Nah, it's two. They
they
split
broke
up.
up. They broke up.
Yeah,
When? Recently?
No, they
a
broke
while
up.
ago.
The guys from I Am Athlete, Channing and Fred Taylor left and started the pivot with Ryan Clark and
Wow.
and Brandon Marshall and technically Ocho, even though he goes back and forth, stayed on the I Am Athlete.
The pivot is definitely better.
Breaking
I
up the
like pivot
band.
a lot. It's fire. But I
So
think
which one was
people.
Kyrie on?
I think he
He's
was
the
on the
pivot.
pivot with Shannon Crowder and
Yeah,
Fred,
Yeah,
I
Ryan
think
Fred
I
Taylor.
want
And Fred
to say it
Taylor.
was I Am Athlete.
it could be.
So I think
I'll do a
people are
quick
like
search.
they're getting caught up in that little thing that he said on that little podcast, and they think like, oh, bet he's about to go play with LeBron because he's more mature. No, I don't think that's the case. I think Kyrie's still gonna be like, nah, like I do regret what I did before, but I'm still not gonna try to play with you, LeBron.
No, here's the thing. I think
Anything.
Kyrie knows the only time he had true success is with LeBron, and he wants to end his career successfully. I think he wants another
And you
chip.
see, it's
And
talks
the
like that
Lakers
that
and
just
the Lakers know that might be the only situation where someone would take Russ's contract is if they took Kyrie in some kind of 3-team weird kind of swap, and they're desperately trying to get rid of
Really
Russ.
quick, it was I Am Athlete, and also
I Am Athlete.
this came out a month ago. Also, it came out a month ago. He was on the et ceteras.
Yep.
of fire. So like
The thing
Fluent,
is,
what you
Kyrie hates the narratives of he needs LeBron. Like that's
Does
why
he?
he left Cleveland in the first place, because people were acting like LeBron was like the father of the group. Everyone just needed LeBron. Kyrie is just another guy on the team who just helps LeBron out. That's what he hated.
He may
I don't
have
think
hated
Kyrie
that. He may
hates
have hated that
narrative
narrative,
anymore.
but let's be honest. At this point, you have LeBron, who had AD and these other guys in LA, and they didn't make the plan. And so now Kyrie might look at it and say, "Hey, I can go in. We win a chip. I look like the savior because they couldn't do it without me." So maybe
but
in
you
his
see,
mind,
it's
don't
talk
forget
is
he doesn't think like everybody else. In his
yes,
mind, maybe it turns
but
that
But it's
narrative.
all of these media things. That's what he hates. And with LeBron, it's just a media circus.
Fluent, what you just said before. Oh, he was only successful LeBron. Like you saying stuff like that, and everyone saying stuff like that is gonna turn him off and wanting to go to the Lakers. Like
Oh, okay.
Mark
Then it
said it
wasn't.
hit on
Oh,
the
then I
money.
take it. Then I
So
take it back
stop,
because I'll
please
take him on the
stop
Lakers.
saying that, because what people are doing by saying that is, if I'm Kyrie Irving, I keep hearing that shit, even though I may be more mature. No, that's gonna piss me off. So it's gonna make me not want to go to the Lakers. You
Look,
feel me?
if facts piss you off, then so be it. Because the
No,
fact
because
is, he didn't win anything without LeBron.
Mars hit it on the money. He got tired of that criticism. He got tired of all that talk about LeBron and him being
Yeah,
his son and
but
everything.
but
So
maybe he did.
there is,
Maybe he did mature. I
oh my
guarantee
God.
you guys, man. I'm telling you, both you and Mars, in 10 years from now, you will think different than you think today. I promise you. I know you don't believe me today. I promise
No,
you,
for sure.
you will
For
think
sure.
different.
Experience matters.
I promise you.
But still, there's some things in our personality, there's some things in our character that will always stay the same. And I just think
But
that that's one of
if
those
he
things
is
that will
if the thing
always
that
stay the
has
same.
changed to him is I want to ring. I want to win another championship. That's the best place where he can go and know we will have a shot.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, the
He
Nets
knows
have a
that.
shot.
Everybody knows that. Let's have a shot. Any team, Miami Heat, to him going there, he has a
No,
shot there. He has a shot anywhere.
I don't think
I don't
I
think
don't
that
think that's true.
works
I
at
know
all.
no, I don't think that's true.
You
I
don't
don't
think
think
he
he
has a
feels if
shot?
he goes to Miami, he will have a shot at a chip as much as he would if he went to a healthy Lakers squad.
Not as much as that Lakers, I'll give you that. But he'll have a shot. You don't think he'll have a shot? Like at all? Damn.
No,
Like not even a little bit.
everybody has a shot, but okay.
Damn.
Oh, and FYI to the guys in the chat that said KD doesn't want Russ, Russ wouldn't go there. It would be like Russ to Charlotte, something to Brooklyn, and Kyrie to the Lakers. That's Russ is not going with KD to Brooklyn. That's not, or KD's gone. I don't know.
KD to the Blazers.
KD goes, Kyrie stays. Doubt
KD
it.
to the Blazers.
It's,
there you go.
It's about damn time. I'm glad you sent this one. I want to two-part this, and I want to do the super chat after, but I'm gonna read it first. Out of Banchero, is it Banchero or Banchero, bro? I hear it both ways. I think it's Banchero.
Part of the world you're from. Say however you want it.
Out of Banchero, Holmgren, Jabari, and Jaden Ivey. Who do you guys think will have the better rookie season, and who has the higher ceiling out of them? So what I first want to do is I want to do way too early rookie of the year predictions. And then let's get to who's going to have the better rookie season, which is essentially going to be it's going to be the same thing, right? Who's going to have the better rookie season? That's probably going to be rookie of the year. That's going to be the same as your pick. And then who has the higher ceiling? I like as a to the second part. So let's go around. Mars, who do you have as potential rookie of the year next season?
Keegan Murray from the Kings. I don't know if you wanted me to pick from one of the four you
No,
said.
you can pick whoever you want, and then we'll get to those.
But yeah, I think Keegan Murray will win Rookie of the Year, and highest ceiling I think is Chet.
Yo, that's crazy. Because my top two is actually flipped. My top two is Chet, and then Keegan could be a number 2. I think Chet, him going on OKC is amazing because he's a defensive guy, and that's what OKC has. And they also have guys like Lou Dort and Shea play defense a bit, who could help him out with that. So he's definitely gonna have like defensive impact. And then playing with Josh Giddey and Shea, the playmaking of him setting up for good like lobs, good, open dunks. I think that will help his case too, and then he'll be able to produce at a high level in that part. And then Keegan, him being on the Kings, being a scorer that there's not really a lot of guys on that team, and him playing next to Sabonis, where Sabonis is more of a passer, is like that complements him as well. So those are my top 2.
Fluent?
Chet, you think Chet is a defensive guy?
Chet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good defensively. Like rim protecting wise and everything like that. I think he's pretty good.
Okay.
Maybe it's the safe pick. I don't know. I think Smith is the one that gets the Rookie of the Year. And the biggest upside, man. I like the Sharp kid. I think it went to Portland.
Shaden Sharp.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like him. I think he has a really high upside, and I think he'll get, again, depending on what they do with the roster, I think he'll have an opportunity to step in and play.
Dell?
I don't like their team, but I like the player. I think Purdue kid. Is it Purdue?
Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jaden Ivey for Rookie of the Year and upside.
Who went after Keegan?
Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey? Oh, that's a good pick, because everyone who gets picked after the Kings pick always turns out to be good.
Yeah. The last 4.
Like,
So
they
Detroit-
had, like Luka,
Hold on, is that why you
like-
said Detroit's about to be on fire next year too?
Because Dame went after the Kings took Thomas Robinson.
Yeah, like if you just took that, everybody that goes after the Kings pick is always good.
Luka after Marvin Bagley.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to the super chat. It's about damn time. Banchero, Holmgren, Jabari, Jaden Ivey. Who's going to have the better rookie season? Mars. Chet. Okay,
Chet.
and then Fluent.
I want to go back a step. So I'm gonna pick Ivy, and this is why. So 2011, they picked Fredette. Next pick, Klay Thompson. 2012, the Kings picked Thomas Robinson. Next pick, Damian Lillard. And then 2018, they picked Marvin Bagley. The next pick is Luka Doncic.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ivy just because of that.
Dell.
Maybe this is the year they break the curse, man.
Sure.
Maybe.
Still going with Jaden Ivey, Dell,
Yes.
in this situation.
Both.
Okay, who has the highest ceiling out of them? Mars already answered. Fluent, Dub, and Dell.
I got Jaden Ivey for both. Are you going for the 3 though?
What are the three again?
Banchero, Smith, Holmgren, Ivy.
Yep. Wait. Yeah. Yep.
That's 4.
Take off Ivy.
So it's Chet.
The top 3 picks. Banchero,
Yeah, the top three
Banchero,
picks,
Smith,
yeah.
Holmgren.
Just to be different, I'll say Banchero or Banchero. I think they corrected us in the chat how to say it.
I'm sticking with Chet.
I don't know about Chet, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be
His
interesting.
upside is crazy. Yeah, he's got the lowest floor and the highest ceiling in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's in the best scenario.
Like if he's a bust, he will be out of the league before the end of his rookie contract.
Wow.
But if he's good, he'll be the best player in this class.
No, I'm not gonna lie. If he fails on, like, if he doesn't play well, OKC, like I think that's a really bad look. I think they really got the pieces for him to succeed.
Yeah, we'll see. It's about damn time. Super chat, another one. If KD decided to go back to OKC with that young roster and LeBron went back to the Cavs with that young core and they met in the NBA Finals, who wins?
I'll take Cleveland.
That's such a weird question.
The core has already proved more in Cleveland. Like you got Jared Allen, they just like battle for playoffs and played way more meaningful games And honestly, people doesn't realize that experience is a hell of a thing. A hell of a thing.
Well, we saw it in the finals, 123 finals games to 0. So yeah, I probably go with Cleveland too.
Yeah, I got Cleveland.
I'm not as high, I think, on OKC as a team. Like they got a lot of young, talented players. I don't think I'm as high as everybody else as them as a team.
I agree.
Individual talent.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I'm still
That's
watching
how
them. They'll be fun, but
Yeah, they're fun to watch. Yeah,
they're not going to be good, but they're going to be fun to watch.
That's how I feel about the Pistons. It's just the opposite. I get that feeling from the Pistons, but I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
Okay. Chat, I appreciate you guys continuing to engage. This is dope. I'm glad that we're able to do this. You guys are asking a lot of good questions, giving us good topics. Alan Katende. Gosh, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, but Alan asks, which team has better chances of making a deep playoff run next year, the Raptors or Timberwolves? And then he asked, how do y'all feel about both teams' overall future? So let's start with who has better chance at making a deep playoff run next year, Raptors or Timberwolves? Mars.
What's considered a deep playoff run?
Good question.
Round.
So winning a playoff,
make it out of the first round, probably.
No, I mean I'm just asking. Like,
I think third round would.
What he means.
I think making it to third round would be.
Neither of them are making deep playoff.
Two who can go further, probably.
The Raptors could get lucky and play the Bulls in the first round.
Oh my God, you're getting nasty.
The Timberwolves, who did they get lucky and play? Warriors, no. Suns, no. Denver, no. Lakers,
the Jazz,
no. Clippers, no.
They get lucky.
Did they beat the Jazz?
Everyone beats the Jazz.
You think the Jazz is making?
No, because then you got Portland.
Not.
Portland, Dame's going to be healthy. No.
Okay, so your answer is Raptors.
Rudy might not even be there.
Yeah, it's Toronto. I don't see how the West is just better, so I don't see how the Timberwolves can win a playoff series in the West.
Okay, Fluent's answers on his hat.
We the North.
Dub, you're going with Toronto?
Did you go out to the streets with Drake when you won the championship?
No, I was at his house watching the game.
Dub, you got the Raptors too, or what?
I think the Minnesota Timberwolves has more potential than the Raptors, but if we're talking about who might make it further, I'll go with the Raptors, mainly because of conference.
Okay, Dell.
Siakam, Fred. I'll go with Minnesota, just because I want Cat to get out his being a loser streak. I'll go with Minnesota.
Fire, and then
I think
how do you feel about both their futures, both teams?
I like Minnesota better. I've never been a Toronto fan.
See, here's the thing with their future for me, like I trust Masai, and I feel like Edwards is probably one out of Minnesota.
Yeah,
that's what happens in Minnesota, right? You leave to get good. Yeah. So I think
to get good. Yeah.
So I think there's more talent in Minnesota right now, but I think probably 2 or 3 of them leave, and so Toronto probably has the most potential. Again, I trust Masai. I think even his second round pick, Koloko, I think is going to surprise a lot of people this year.
Like Anthony,
they do a really good job developing a young talent. So I think they have to move forward.
I think Anthony Edwards is really that guy. So
I think so too, and I think he leaves.
He might. But
you know why, Dub? Location.
Because he's playing next to Carl Towns. So I mean, I think Anthony Edwards is that guy. He might take a leap next year, bro. We'll have to see, but I love their potential way better than the Toronto Raptors. I think Toronto, it's sad. No offense, Fluent, but you guys will always be in that playoff contending spot, but you guys will just never get the job done. I think Kawhi was the only thing that got
they did get the job done. You don't think they'll do it again?
Kawhi, Kawhi
No. Kawhi played by himself. I love when you guys say
I don't give a damn. Kawhi got the job done.
They upgraded DeMar DeRozan to Kawhi.
They upgraded DeMar to Kawhi, yeah, and they'll do that again.
They won a championship because they got rid of one of the worst scorers in NBA history and replaced him with Kawhi Leonard.
Defenders, not scorers.
Playoff scorers.
Worst scorer. Playoff scorers.
Playoff scorers. He's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yes, correct. Yes, but I'm telling you, here's why Ant leaves. Right, you got to taste the Hollywood now. He's Kermit. He's a star. He's out of Minnesota. Trust me.
He's Kermit.
Trust me. He's gone.
Tough.
Yeah.
Dell, you got to bounce?
Yes, sir.
All right, Dell. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see you Wednesday.
Love life. Yes, sir.
Chat.
boy.
Okay, we have probably about another 30 minutes or so of show left for you guys, and you guys are asking a lot of good questions, giving us a lot of good topics. So we'll go the full 30 if you guys keep tapping in with these good questions. Otherwise, we might end early if you guys are satisfied and happy. So let's see.
Can we can't do a game without Shaq's little tyrannical run. We can't play a
There's
little
only
game real
3 of
quick?
you guys.
I don't care.
have a
bro.
game for you guys.
I just want one game where it's just peace.
Where
Just
you could actually
peace.
not be stressed out. I don't know. It's kind
Oh
of fun
my
when Shaq's
God.
in here like a
It
bull in
is,
a
bro,
china
but
shop.
It's just so chaotic, bro. I just be sitting here like, yo, let's just follow the damn rules.
What's the game? Oh, you guys play games?
Yeah, we play games. You don't like playing games.
Why'd you lay back when you said that? That was crazy. Are you calling us children? Wow, okay. Let's Talk Basketball sent to Super Chat said, who's more valuable in today's game? A center who can stretch the floor and protect the rim? Or a 15-point per game wing scorer who can guard multiple positions?
Say it again. A wing.
A center who can
sorry, a
stretch the
center?
floor. Yeah. So a center who can stretch the floor and protect the rim, or a 15-point per game wing scorer who can guard multiple positions.
Mikal Bridges is better than Miles Turner.
You're not going to appreciate the answer. It depends who's around him. But I'd probably go with the wing. In today's NBA, I think the wings are more important right now. So I'll go wings. I'll go with the wing.
I'm going with the wing too. I mean, look at Draymond. I mean, before that little KD went there, he was like a 13 or like 15 point per game scorer, guarded multiple positions, and you've seen the impact that brought. So I'm going with the guy who could guard multiple positions and could be a good scorer.
With the way that the NBA has changed today, it's like all centers stretch the floor at this point. There's really just a handful who don't anymore. It's kind of it's a dying breed.
You know what pisses me off, Mars? Yo, Draymond was really like that, bro. Like he was really like that in 2016. The fall off from that to what he is now, it's the most disgusting thing I've seen, bro. Like I literally 2016, that was when I was in high school. I was sitting there like watching games like, yo, this dude is really like that, bro. Like mad excited to watch him play. And now it's like, bro, the dude can't even hit a 3, bro. That shit is so
He
sad.
nearly won us a game 7 in the finals. I don't know how you forget to shoot after doing that, but
He had like
he's a good player. He had like 32. I think he had like 32, 15, and 7 or something.
Bro, it's so sad, bro.
I mean, he's still good. He just can't shoot. Can't
Nah,
score.
I miss
but-
that Draymond, bro. I remember him. It was in the regular season in the fourth quarter. He just put the team on his back and hit a game winner, bro. I was sitting there, yo, I was like, this dude really like that.
And being
That shit
excited to
was
watch
so
Draymond
sad.
Green is crazy.
Prime Draymond Green.
Where did this go? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Guled Hassan, do you guys think Jokic will ever win a chip?
It's possible. I wouldn't bet on it, but it's possible.
Is it just overall, or as the
In his career.
number one guy?
In his career.
I'm gonna assume in his prime. I'm
Right,
not gonna like you're
Could he sit
37
on a
winning
bench
title,
somewhere
I'm
later
like,
on
right,
at 38 years old? Yeah, but no, I don't think I don't think he does.
Tough.
I'm sorry, Nuggets fans. Shout out to G Baby, but I don't think if he's on the Nuggets, bro, he's ever gonna win a ring. I just don't see them as a championship caliber team. They're just a team that definitely compete at a high level, but I think their max thing is Western Conference Finals getting bounced out just by the better team. Sadly.
You don't think that there's anyone out there who looks at a Jokic like maybe players look at a Giannis, where it's, maybe not the most desirable market, but it's definitely not the worst. And they see, the potential over there, and especially just the level, the caliber that Jokic is. You don't think that he could get a nice number 2 or even maybe a number 1 option? And Jokic
Did Giannis get a number one.
Yeah, they
option?
had to trade like 100 picks just to get Drew Holiday.
I'm just saying.
Like no star went running to Minnesota to Milwaukee to play with Giannis.
That's fine. Okay, no star,
So-
but
so do-
I'm
so do I think
saying a
someone's gonna do that for Jokic?
formidable player, because Drew Holiday, he's an all-star. It's not like he's just some.
If Jamal Murray's I think they get further, but if Jamal Murray's healthy, is that a championship team?
No,
because they're probably not gonna get someone better than Jamal Murray.
It's a contender.
Why not?
Right, they're a
Jamal
contender,
Murray,
but
Michael
they're
Porter
probably not.
Jr.,
Are they going?
Jokic.
Are they winning?
If a team
they
gets
beating those
hurt,
teams
if
in
a
the
team
West?
gets hurt, they can get to the finals.
So
Well, of
Phoenix
course, if a
Sun,
team gets
Phoenix
hurt-
Sun run.
Well, teams get hurt all the time in the playoffs. The Warriors
That's
beat
true.
They
Memphis
can
without
get to the
Ja
final
Morant.
doesn't mean they win. So everybody
team in the
West has to get
final,
hurt,
if the team
and
in the
Eastern
finals,
Conference team
nah.
has to get
If the team in
hurt,
the
like,
finals gets hurt as well, I mean,
that's a stretch.
A lot of things could work their ways. And of course, there's always a possibility, always loopholes you could go out around. But shit, if I got to put my money on it, bro, I'm putting my money on it. He's not winning a ring on that damn team.
Gabe,
yeah, I
Sorry.
wouldn't bet on it, but it's possible.
Gabe too funny. Wow. He said, "We don't talk about how Dre just forgot how to score after playing with KD."
I mean, you have Steph, you have Steph for KD and Clay. You're like, I don't even need to score. So he just forgot how to look at the rim, and
Exactly.
then he just
Got where
his
it
muscle
was.
memory just disappeared.
He just needs a map.
Do you think I got a question for y'all? How good do you think Draymond will be on the blacktop? Like, do you think that
give me a like?
What do you
are
mean?
Saying 1-on-1 or what we
now
saying?
5-on-5, you go to your park and everything. Like, do you think that he'll still be able to get buckets like that?
Are you okay? You have to give me
Against
more
who, random
context.
guys on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
street or
What's
NBA?
his competition?
Like, yeah. Do you think the offense is that bad where it's like he can't sit here and dominate on the offensive side in the blacktop?
It depends who he's playing against.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? Oh my God! You can't just. He's dunking on you. So yeah.
Shaq and Dell's caliber.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So
yeah.
over,
Bro,
yeah,
what?
Draymond Green can
Dude,
play
listen,
and
if you're in the
be
NBA,
fine.
let's put this in case anyone still thinks it. If you're in the NBA, you're better than everyone else who's not. Period.
But it.
I'm just
Period.
That's
just
not
asking.
true. That's
Yeah, there's
absolutely not
some
true.
Overseas guys.
Yeah,
100%.
It's
playing in the NBA.
absolutely not true. It's absolutely not true.
It's politics. at
it's
those
ve-
levels.
There's
It's
overseas
one-
guys who are better
It's
than Chris
actually
Pierce, or I'm sorry.
1,000% not true. There's definitely relationships involved that why people get to where they are. But anyway,
But
You're
the
gonna-
best
you're gonna talk
NBA
about the
players,
exceptions
yes.
to the rule, man. I'm talking about the majority of the
The
time.
best NBA players, yes, like the top 50 guys.
Of course, the
or whatever.
best.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Okay, fine. How about this? Any starter in the NBA which he is better than any non-NBA player. How about that?
I
don't know.
don't
Julius
know.
Randle
I
was
don't
pretty
know.
bad.
I don't know.
You don't think Julius Randle would mop the floor with anybody that's
So
not in the NBA?
Yeah, Julius Randle's a bad example. There's
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 That's what he
guys on
said.
bottom tier. I know.
I see-
I'm just saying.
Nah,
There's guys
I'm
on
not
bottom
gonna-
tier
I-
teams you could go find.
I see some clips of Dell giving Julius Randle some buckets. So
Anyway,
that-
Here the point is
I'm just
and I don't want to get it twisted because however chat's interpreting this. When Dub said Dell and Shaq, I'm saying of course because he's going to get buckets on NBA players too. Doesn't matter who's out there. He plays the way he plays because he's playing a role. Remember when EP came over here and said, "Don't get it twisted. I play a role in the NBA." Everyone plays a role in the NBA. Unless you're that guy who is like the bona fide bucket getter on your team, you're going to be playing a certain role. And then, of course, if the teams the guys are not getting buckets, you can step up and you see it shine, right? You see, the guys who don't normally go out and drop 25, 30 points and they'll have like, a handful of those games in the season. It's like, oh, wow, this guy can score. Yes, of course they can score.
But I think EP's a better offensive player than Draymond. I mean, better like bucket getter than Draymond.
Sure, that's fine. But in a setting where you're just playing pickup, because that's what you're talking about, blacktop, whatever, blacktop, pickup, any situation where you're not playing in a system, you're literally just playing pickup ball. Draymond he's fine. It's not like he's going to be out there lost, not able to get a bucket. Promise you.
I just wanted to know. I want to know what people says that. That's all.
Promise you. I promise you. All right, chat.
I think people confuse and I don't know if this is what EP said or not, but I think people confuse because they see players in the NBA playing against other NBA players, and they think that that's how they would play against non-NBA players. And there is a difference. There is a difference.
Nah,
And there is a difference. There might be some exceptions, like Mar said. There's some guys in Europe. Okay, maybe, but for the most part, no.
Not for sure. Michael Beasley, bro. That dude gets buckets.
Chat, keep asking questions. We're gonna keep pulling questions and topics. About 20 more minutes. Keep them coming. Keep it coming. And yes,
We're
chat.
never
Dell.
gonna do this Magic Johnson gauntlet, are we?
I know it's been up there for like 4 shows.
I've seen it on this doc for like 3 weeks, and I
Yes.
swear it's never been used.
Yeah. Yep.
We need that. We need the Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. But there's a lot of things coming for you guys watching, bro. Just wait for it.
I hate that
Harry-
Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum is a debate.
It's so disgusting.
Harry Whitney
bro.
said prime Mac or prime G Hill beating Bird in a 1v1 Fluent.
Could they beat Bird in a 1-on-1? Yeah, they could because of their athleticism. But Bird's a better defender than you think, and I think Bird definitely would trash talk the hell out of them. And Bird's a better shooter than both of them. So yeah, could they look in a 1-on-1 game? Anybody has a shot. I wouldn't put my money against Bird though.
I think T-Mac will probably kill him. But I don't think Grant Hill would. I think Grant Hill would be better. I think
Grant Hill's better than T-Mac.
a prime
But better doesn't mean better 1v1 player.
Yeah,
And that's the thing, it's 1-on-1. Like
a prime T-Mac.
like how
bro?
many times have you seen Bird play 1-on-1?
Nah, I haven't seen him.
Never.
I'm not
I
gonna
haven't.
How many
lie.
times you've seen Hill play or T-Mac play 1-on-1? It's a different game. Everyone keeps
shit,
watching
he was
Bleacher
ISO.
Report. These
he was
Bleacher
ISO
Report things.
He was
It's
ISO
not
score. He
real.
was ISO scoring all the time, bro. What you mean?
It's not
T-Mac.
the same.
T-
It's not the same. ISO
listen,
scoring
I don't
is
think
not the
I
same
don't
as a
think
1-on-1 game.
I'm gonna tell you, Larry Bird is not checking T-Mac like at all, bro. I think it's just gonna be as soon as T-Mac get the ball, he's scoring 9 out of 10 times, bro. I don't think Larry Bird could stop him like at all, bro. Grant Hill, I think just because of the shooting ability, I think Larry Bird fares a better shot. He has a big body and everything, but T-Mac, bro, I think
What is it about
like,
T-Mac? Hold on. What is it about T-Mac that you think is different from Grant Hill?
shooting.
You think T-Mac is a significantly better shooter than Grant Hill?
Yes, I do think so. Prime Grant Hill, yes.
Okay.
Gabe Too Funny said, "Can we talk about the lie that KD is easier to build around than a LeBron, both in their peaks?"
You gotta wait for Dell on that one, bro, because that shit is just crazy to me.
I don't think anyone said it's easier to build around KD. I think they said it's easier to fit KD into a system.
Into a system. Yeah, I remember that one. Yes,
Like,
KD. is
no,
easy to fit
you don't
into a
start the
system.
team with KD over LeBron. If you can build around LeBron, give him what he needs, that team will be better than if you build around KD. But if
Easier
you
to
have a ready built team and you need to put KD or LeBron onto that team, you pick KD.
Yeah,
in
good
my
point.
opinion.
Easier to build around LeBron, easier to drop KD onto any team. Oh man, wow. These are usually my favorite shows. These viewers shows. I like these shows a lot. Go ahead, Fluent.
No, I was looking up statistics and seeing that Grant Hill, shot higher percentages than T-Mac in his prime, but Dub thinks he's a better shooter, so it's fine.
Higher what?
Now, how many
Field goal
seasons
No,
did
3-point.
how many seasons did they play?
percentage? 3
Doesn't matter. It's prime. It's at their best. So
Ah,
at their best, Grant Hill shot better than T-Mac. At their best. It's not over even a week span. It's at their best. So
Let me.
At their best shooting, or at their best as a
he's like,
player.
let me double check this.
Let me double check.
Because the Grant Hill I know when he was good was like he didn't even shoot threes.
Bro, yeah, he didn't. He was
And
attempting
he
barely
was like
1 3 a
20% or
game.
something.
No, I got
44%. I would take the 44% he shot from 3. I would take that shooting.
I like
Oh,
this.
Phoenix?
Yeah, take that shooting.
Yo, stop.
So-
That's
so
not
we're-
prime Grant
So
Hill.
we're getting
I'm gonna-
Grant Hill in his athletic prime.
That's right.
But
with
then
that shooting.
10
And
years
feet?
later when he
Yeah.
can shoot the ball
Yep, that's what I'm
and
doing.
he's averaging like 10 points a game.
It's a mythical scenario, right? So why not?
Jesus Christ.
I like this
bro.
question from Realm 20. Rank the highest ceiling for young point guards. Cade, Garland, Melo, DeJounte Murray.
25.
25 what?
DeJounte Murray's like 25 years old.
Oh, damn.
Not even a young point guard.
Yeah, he's been hurt all the time.
Highest ceiling, I think it's in that order. Cade, Garland, LaMelo, DeJounte Murray.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I like LaMelo's fucking ceiling. It might be just because of LeVar, though. I really do think so. I'm going to go LaMelo. I'll go LaMelo, Cade, Darius, and DeJounte.
I can't see LaMelo being better than Cade.
I can't
No.
either.
Cade, Cade, probably Garland, DeJounte, and then Melo last.
So it might be
I can
buying into the
understand.
hype.
I can understand LaMelo over Garland by the fact he's 6'7", so he has the potential to be a good defender. He's already a great passer. He's not very good in the half court, which people don't talk about. But I think Cade is the clear number one in terms of ceiling. LaMelo and Garland you can flip, depends on how you see it. And I think DeJounte Murray would be last for me. I think he is what he is at this point.
I don't know, man. I mean, again, this is like gambling, so it's not really a right or wrong answer, bro. I think, as I said, I think I'm buying into the hype with LaMelo, bro. Like, I just like what I see from him, how the game comes to him. The game comes to Cade very well too. It's just, I don't know, LaMelo, bro. I think he's that guy.
Matthew Alexander, is RJ Barrett an all-star next year? I like that question, actually.
He better not be.
I don't want to see a Julius Randle type all-star again.
Whoa.
I mean, Julius Randle technically did deserve it based on how he was playing, but he wasn't an all-star caliber player.
Bro, are you comparing RJ Barrett and Rulius Jandal's games?
Nah, I'm not
Rulius
comparing the
Jandal.
games. I'm saying
Rulius
him getting that all-star is kind of like the same thing where Julius Randle, to me, bro, I hated watching him play. I thought he was terrible.
So you hate watching RJ Barrett
So
play?
like him being RJ Barrett, I don't think he's that great.
I
either.
like watching RJ. Did you
Nah,
watch
bro,
him
I
at the
don't
end of the season? The second half of the season?
I
I'm
don't
not
like.
gonna lie.
I'm not a
I
fan
didn't
of
watch a
RJ
lot.
Barrett.
I didn't watch a lot
Wow.
of it.
You know what's crazy
But-
is, and this is going to sound hilarious because I'm going to get flamed for this probably. When I look at the struggles of Jason Tatum, decision making and turnovers, I look at RJ Barrett in the same light. Decision making, turnovers. And when I'm saying decision making, and a lot for RJ Barrett is shot selection. I mean, it's similar for Jason Tatum too, but in his decision making as a playmaker, it's questionable. But
Okay.
I think that those things, if he can make better decisions, better shot selection, I think that RJ Barrett, I think he's a good player, and I actually do think that he's gonna have a really good season this coming season.
So,
he's
Jay, this
he's
is
listed
your
for
Ja
all-star
Morant.
purposes. For all-star purposes, he's considered a guard. Yes,
I think he's a shooting guard.
Oh,
he's
Yeah,
a guard.
sure.
Right?
He's a
Okay.
shooting guard.
So let's take a look at this analytically because I want you to be more fluent. So last year the guards were Trae Young, DeMar DeRozan, LaMelo Ball, Darius Garland, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Fred VanVleet. So can he make the All-Star team ahead of Fred VanVleet, Darius Garland, or LaMelo Ball? Yeah, I think he can. If he plays like he's not that far off from those guys. So
but then you
absolutely he
got to
can-
remember Jalen Brown, Bradley Beal, who were
Kyrie, if
hurt.
he
So
stays the
Kyrie,
Yeah, and somebody else is
so-
going to get hurt. Hey, Zach LaVine will probably be in the West, right? He's getting traded.
Yeah,
He'll
it's
probably
like
be- right?
I don't
So
think
that's what I'm saying is when you look at guys. So I'm just saying when you look at those, let's say 3 guys who were there, and say could he slide into one of those? Like I get it.
Nah.
Some names are going to change. Could he? Yeah, I think he could. I think he's going to have. He'll be in a position to do that if he stays healthy and like JD said, improve some of the things. Which there's nothing to believe that he won't. Like RJ's like I don't know you guys don't know him or his dad, but his dad was like a really good player for Team Canada. He's got a really good work ethic. He'll come in ready
So
to
this
play.
is a bias pick again.
And he has I just know
You're an
the
idiot.
player. So he has that work ethic where he can improve and he'll be put in a position to succeed. So,
So
yeah,
Jay,
I think it could happen.
so Jay, this is your Ja Morant thing. So if this works out to you later on in the year, I'm gonna clap it up for you, and I will remember this. This is a Zach LaVine thing with Fluent. He really knows him like that, so he's gonna have faith in RJ Barrett. Me personally, I'm sorry, I don't think he's gonna top off. Wait, I don't think
Whoa.
he's gonna go over Darius Garland, LaMelo, Cade, Kyrie, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
Fred.
Kyrie's going to be on the Lakers, so he's not
who-
there.
If he
As
stays,
long I'm counting players who are in the East right now.
But Zach
Yeah.
LaVine is gone. Kyrie is
All right,
gone.
here's what I'll do.
you gonna kill.
Here-
You gonna say
here's
you
what I'll
think
do.
everybody's gonna go to the East?
Someone's going to get hurt.
Here's what I'll do
Oh.
because I do actually believe in RJ Barrett. I actually do believe in RJ Barrett. Here's what I will say. I'm not going to go as far as saying he's guaranteed lock for All-Star next year, but I'm going to say that he will be a reserve at least. So if he doesn't make it, he'll be a reserve. If someone gets hurt, he'll make the All-Star game. That's how far I'll go. I'll go to the edge of the cliff.
So he'll be an injury replacement.
Sure.
Borderline all-star.
Reserves.
Oh, you took it.
He'll be
You took it
reserved.
farther than me. All I said was he has a shot at making the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a shot.
No,
I
I'm definitely
mean,
taking it
any-
further
any
than you, but
guy-
I'm
That
not
was
gonna
the
I'm
question.
not gonna completely jump off the cliff and say he's going to be an all-star. But I do believe in RJ Barrett. I'm telling you, the second half of the season, I actually watched him very closely because he was on my fantasy team. So I was like, okay, I have to make sure that I watch him because what is he going to do for me? And scoring wise, great scorer, ability to score, inconsistent. That's one of his biggest issues. That's one of the things I forgot. Inconsistent. Same thing with Jason Tatum. Same thing. In decision making, and that's it, bro. If he's
can't drive right.
if
but,
he's able to hit his jump shot more consistently, I mean, you could say this for everyone, and this is what Shaq was getting on me when I was like, well, if Ja Morant could shoot better from the three, which he did, and I said he would, and he was improving year over year. But anyway,
How many times are you allowed to bring that up per episode, just out of curiosity? Because that's three.
This
so
is we haven't.
Bring what up?
Listen, this is the first
you
time
have
we brought
you
it
have
up so
a
much.
cap? No. Okay.
bring what
no,
up?
no. This is the first time we brought up the Ja Morant thing.
Oh,
no.
And it's only because he led with that.
And I brought that up only because because he was asking me for points of like, well, what is he going to do better? I said, well, he's going to shoot better from the three, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, you could say that with every player if they did this and that and whatever. But yeah, I believe in RJ Barrett. He's a freak at like, look at him. He's what, 6'9", 2 guard. Yeah, he's going to be good. He's young, man. He's going to be really good. King
I
AJ
don't see it.
King AJ official sent a super chat.
You could tell King AG to take his $5, turn it sideways, dust it off, and you know where you can shove it. That's what you can do with King's $5.
What'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? I want to hear it.
Fluent,
Give it back to him.
Fluent definitely tried to walk back
You
his
have to have
KD.
criteria.
KD.
I explained the criteria.
Oh, not
Okay.
being a
He tried to say
superstar
not
take,
being. Yeah, you
trying
can't
to
type.
make up all these criteria to fit his agenda. Chat, go back and watch the KD's
Yes.
Not a Superstar
No,
Fluent and Chill
yes.
episode and
I
decide for
explained the
yourselves.
criteria.
Decide
No,
for
yes.
yourself.
Explain the
I
criteria
didn't
in the
want to say
episode,
it.
and then
I didn't want to say it,
explain the
but yo,
criteria.
whoever said that hit it right on the money. That was just a bunch of walk back
There must
after
be a
walk
double
back,
hop.
bro. And he was doing
Explain
it the
the
whole
criteria.
time.
Everyone
I-
asked. After
I
that
didn't
episode,
wanna
everyone
say
asked,
it.
what's your criteria?
I didn't want to be the one to say
Like,
it,
you're a
bro, but the
superstar
whole
whore.
time
Like,
you
everybody's a
were-
whore. You're a superstar. You're a superstar.
It's not my
Yo!
fault. That's not my
Dude.
It's not my fault that that's the definition.
Here, give it to me, superstar. It's like everybody's a superstar to you. Sorry.
I
Mikey,
ain't
my
asking
own
nobody to give me nothing.
Dude.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. And
Huh?
tell Chill Town to stop telling people to take it. Because ain't nobody
take it
taking
light.
nothing.
Yeah.
Take it light.
You take-
Yo.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
All right,
Take
let's
it light,
see.
take it.
Let's see. Do all-time Duke versus all-time UNC. I think we actually did that one show. Yeah. RJ's improving every year, continues to improve. He has no right hand. Tyler Hero has more of a chance than RJ, in my opinion. Thoughts?
That's not ridiculous to say that.
No,
I
I'm
disagree
not
with
touching that
that.
button for that one. That's ridiculous.
What?
I disagree with that.
ridiculous.
Over RJ
A bench
Barrett?
player has a more chance than a starter? Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna agree with that one, but I don't think
20
RJ
points-
has much of a chance.
20
but-
something points off the bench, bro. And how much did RJ Barrett average last year?
At 21.
Fuck.
I could be wrong. I'll check just to help you out.
Wait, are we still talking about RJ Barrett?
20. He averaged 20.
All right, let's see. So 3 years in the NBA. 56, 72. Okay. So 14.3, 17.6.
Mars, what's your favorite team, Mars?
The Warriors.
Here, you got a new fan. Show me your shirt.
What is this?
Let's go, Steph Curry. Yay.
Steph Curry in the
Nice.
clutch.
Nice.
Why are
He
you
just
saying
became
it?
He just
Just-
became, I don't know. I'm always cheering for fucking people.
He's like, when are you guys done? I want to play ball. Let's go shoot hoops.
Tell him we got 5 minutes. Okay, so year over year, and there's only 3 years, very small sample size, but he
Are you
scored
gonna tell him that he's never gonna be a superstar?
scored more
He's
points.
going to say that he's
He knows.
improving every year.
He's gonna be a good role player, good shooter, good defense.
Scored more points. He's putting up more shots. 3-point just kind of fluctuated, 32%, 40%, then 34%. But I mean that comes with the territory shooting more. 40%
very
from the
good,
field,
JD.
44%, 40% from the field. So again,
Jay, you got your take already, brother.
He's not very good.
Listen, trust
you
me,
don't
bro,
think
Ja-
RJ Barrett is going to be good? I don't
No,
care.
he's not very good. I never said he
Why?
can become good.
And that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. But he also is. He was good last year. I mean, we can get off
He-
this, but yes,
he was okay.
He's 21 years old.
I'm not
He averaged
saying he's a-
26 and 3. Like he's not horrible.
Yeah, I'm not saying like
he's
what do
not
you think I'm
horrible. I never
saying?
said he was horrible. I
Like
said
the
he's
four
not
of us
good.
combined couldn't average
He's not
20
bad.
in the NBA right now. I don't know.
Well, yeah, clearly he's a million times better than I could ever be.
Exactly.
We're not
But
comparing
he's-
you to NBA players.
But he's not close to an all-star level guy.
But
He's-
Ja Morant
But he
last
is.
year, no one was thinking Ja Morant was all star.
No, they always
could-
knew he
you
had
could
the.
see
No, no,
it- you
they
could
always
see it in
knew he
Ja
had the
Morant way
potential.
more than you
26
could
and
see
3,
in
not,
RJ
not,
Barrett.
not close to
Then
an
why
all-
was
The
it-
only thing that really
not
changed
close
with
to an
Ja
all-star.
Morant this year
Then-
is A, he was more aggressive looking to score,
Then
and B, the three-pointer came a bit more around.
I'm bringing it up again. Then why was everybody saying that I was out of my damn mind?
Because Trey Young was
I
played
wasn't
at
on
a
the show,
crazy-
but I would have supported you because it's Trey
Because
Young.
Trey Young
Appreciate
was
that.
played at a lot of people was on Trey Young's.
He just made the conference finals. So
Yeah,
he
he
had
made the
recency
conference
bias.
finals. He had the recency bias. Everybody was high on Trey Young, and that's why it seems so crazy. Everybody knew that the potential was there for Ja Morant. They just didn't think that he would go up to where Trey
Man.
Young was so quickly.
I'm telling you, year
But RJ Barrett,
4,
I'm sorry, I don't see.
year
Show me some of
4,
those second half games, bro, because
year
I
4.
did not see that.
Man,
Unless he can drive right now and he's got a quicker first step, I'm not buying into it because
He starts he starts driving right. He improves his shot selection and he averages 25, 6, and 6. 25, 6, and 5.
if
That's
that
all-star.
happens,
That is
he'd be
all-star.
an all-star
for sure.
It's not going to happen.
What if
but
he
that did
what if he
happen-
shoots like 41, 42% again?
Then he's not an all-star. That's why the question was, does he have a shot? He has a shot. If he gets better, he has a shot. He's there. It's not like he's like averaging 10 and 2.
right.
Like he's 26 and 3. Like he
Okay,
has.
so
and
I
he's
could
20
say
and
I
he's
could say the
21.
same thing with Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
Technically.
go ahead.
If
It's
Jordan
not a
Poole
good
gets
take,
the-
but go ahead.
I think is better than the.
I think
One
it's
of
I
the
think it's
Barrett
different with
take.
Jordan
Let's-
Poole. Isn't
let's
Jordan
make another
Poole-
Okay,
bet,
okay,
Jay.
hold on.
But
So
Jordan Poole
let's make
isn't a
an-
starter on it where he's going to be looked at to carry a lot of the load. RJ Barrett is going to be looked at as someone who they need to score, who's a guaranteed starter every game. He has a bigger opportunity than Jordan Poole to be in an all-star, and he's in the East. I still think the East is weaker than the West. So he has a shot. He has a shot is all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's there. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm saying he has a shot.
make
Mars,
another
do you
bet.
do you think that Jordan Poole would have done better in RJ Barrett's role on the Knicks?
I think he's a better player than RJ Barrett. So yes,
Are you
Mm.
biased for your players?
I said Anthony Simons is better than Jordan Poole.
Yeah, you did. That's what I'm asking because I want to
So
see.
no, I genuinely don't think RJ Barrett is very good.
I don't think he's that good either.
I've also seen RJ Barrett in the playoffs, and we talk about what Julius Randle was doing, but like,
You saw him in the playoffs in year 2, Mars.
okay,
But
and
he
I
be-
haven't
some
seen. I haven't seen
people-
much of- I
some
haven't
people
seen much
it
of
takes
the
him a
jump.
little
He
bit
still can't-
longer.
He still can't go right. He still doesn't have the quickness to get past guys. That's why his shot selection is so bad because he can't drive past anyone. He's solid in the open court and he'll go in left. Going right, he's bad. He's not a good passer going right. He's not a good passer at all. And his shot is just too inconsistent and he can't shoot a mid-range jumper to save his life.
Fire.
So I don't see.
We'll see.
But
We'll see. Go ahead,
if
Dub.
I'm
We
wrong,
got
I'm wrong.
one more minute.
I just want to see this. I want to make a bet.
What do you want to make?
What's the bet?
I thought you had one. Like, what are you doing? You're just
Really, come up
itching,
with-
you
I want-
degenerate.
No,
Like,
no. I
what's
want to
wrong
make
with
a
you?
bet with you, bro. I want to do I want you to wear something.
Well, give me the
want you to-
bet.
Wear
me
a
the bet.
bra.
Give me the bet. I don't
You have to say someone will be an all-star.
Act
No,
like that's
oh,
crazy or
no.
something.
You said I don't think. So, are you gonna go with the All-Star Cliff or no?
No, I already told you. I think he'll at least be reserve next season. Reserve.
No
We'll
one's
do that.
no one's ready to
We'll do
jump
that
off that
bet.
clip, Dub.
We'll
Yeah.
do that bet. We'll do that bet. If he's not a reserve, you gotta take your shirt off and wear a bra for the whole show.
You don't want to die on an RJ Barrett cliff. You really don't.
Die on that cliff, bro.
And then you could think about a bet for me.
Dub,
But
just
that's
trying
my
to get you to take your shirt off, JD.
RJ Barrett would definitely
Well-
let you down.
Well, think as long as I'm not eating anything, I could almost I might consider this, but
Mayonnaise.
we'll think about this.
Just
We'll
don't
think
make.
about
I
this.
don't want
Dub, this is kind of a crazy
That's why I
bet.
didn't give it to you.
We'll think about it. We'll discuss it next show. But anyway, we're about to sign off. Any final words, panelists?
It's
Now you're
Sunday.
fluent.
Y'all be safe and God bless.
Thank you, Deacon Dub.
Yes, sir.
Warriors in 5.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the
Check
things.
out
Make
Fluent to Chill Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m.
I
right
was
here.
just going
Same
to
place.
say that. And check out Gridiron Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Pacific or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will see you back at 12 p.m. Eastern for Player's Choice on Wednesday. Take it light, but take it. Shout out to Fluent. Peace.
Take